And so Max is doing just that. He's speaking to the etymology of the words.
Etymology.
If we look at other
Etymology of the
words
word.
too,
Sorry.
all right, let's match it up and see if it passes the test of scrutiny. Entertainment. So entertain means to distract, to divert, to hold the attention of what? The mind. What does entertainment do? It distracts you. It holds the attention of the mind. So this is how you can test whether a word is definitively
Right. What about
correct.
shipment
Well, now you have to look up the etymology of ship. What is
and
that?
meant? So when
Well,
I'm, like a shipment, like a boots
Okay, so that
or
means
shoes.
all right, we're going to have to look up the etymology. So, and it's good that you're coming off the spur. What about apartment? What about resentment? Is it resent? Is something with the mind? What is the etymology of resent? And this is
What
something
about basement?
we have to look at all of these.
Fucking king.
Basement,
I know where he was going with that.
Well, that's the thing where we always have when we're making progress, and it's good to have a joke here and there, but it's sort of like, okay.
I mean, I think it's important to be aware of etymology, and I'll often look up the etymology of words because I find it interesting. But I think it's also important to not confuse etymology with definition, because quite often the contemporary meaning of a word wildly diverges from what it used to mean.
Okay, why does it diverge? Is it
because words change? Because the way people use language changes over time.
No.
Lingual evolution.
No.
Like you literally said, president means is pretend.
It is lingual evolution.
No, I didn't say president means is pretend. I said the letters from the word president can be rearranged to spell.
Good morning, gentlemen.
It's called spelling for a reason.
But the word pail, like a bucket, a type of bucket, you can rearrange the letters in that word to spell the word Pali, which is an ancient Indian language.
Hey, have you guys figured out what words mean yet? Or do we need to go through another dictionary rounds of encyclopedia?
Trying to figure out what words mean.
By the way, anyone who's in the West, good morning. It's the next day.
Good morning.
Yeah. No shit, isn't it?
It's 10:25 in the morning here.
If you think about it,
guys.
And
if
can
you
I
read
just say
the
that
dictionary, have you not read every book?
Yesterday was the best day of the year so far.
Word. So, what's today's topic of debate? I missed the middle
Yo
part.
mama.
Oh shit! I think we finished debating that for the day at least. We may bring it up again another time.
So now that words have meaning, would anyone like to discuss the current cultural and political problems of the death of the West and the rise of the left wing?
Holy shit! That's the beginning of another 12-hour stream. I think.
Well, start it right now.
Well, Chris is actually because I'm gonna actually be shutting down soon, and Chris.
I knew it. As soon as I show up, you don't want to have any fun.
No, I was just actually talking to Chris in the chat there and telling him to set up a stream so that he can run an.
Yeah. Plus, you need to get some sleep.
But I actually want to ask quick. You said that the word president.
Yeah,
when it's rearranged.
Yeah, if you take those letters. Matter of fact, look on the American Zombie channel, right? I put a short out and I explain it in like 30 seconds. But
yeah,
I'll let you know.
What's the word though? What's the word? If
you take president, all right. If you take if you take president, president, and you take those letters, you can put the S and the I
anagram,
and then the anagram. The other letters say pretend. So the word president actually can spell two other words that says is pretend. And when you look at what the president does, it's like, is he really the figurehead? You're telling me that when
hey, maxed out, I got a definition for you. President is the sock puppet of the deep state. Exactly. There's today's definition.
Yeah, but it could also be I sprinted. Or I inserted.
No.
Well, that depends on what
But that's fair because the president does literally run for office.
No, I sprinted.
You guys are just being stupid.
You can only use you can
This
only
is
use
fun.
the same exact letter. You can't add more
Not
letters.
that there's any smart people on panel, but anyways.
You
Oh,
can't add-
yeah,
Oh,
okay.
whoa.
And
I
still
take
somehow you
insult
managed to
to that.
lower the
When you're
IQ
saying
of the panel by
is
50
president,
coming on here, I find.
Thank you.
when you're saying is president,
Come at me, bro.
It's you're just saying because like you're just taking out letters and making these two words. So like is, you're just adding it to pretend, right?
Yeah.
But what if
It
I just
depends on what
say-
is speakeasy.
I'm
This
taking the
has been
letters
fun.
and I'm respelling. I'm using it.
I did not have relations with that woman.
Like you can take the word link and rearrange them
Bill
and
Clinton.
spell the word kiln.
I can't believe you guys just turned this into a Bill Clinton meme. This panel is officially a Bill Clinton meme.
Bill
Wait, hold on.
Clinton. Yep.
I just put the link to the president video short in the private chat. So
Hey Max, I got a question for you. What's the definition of the right wing?
Oh my god, fuck off, Hi-Fi. Stop trying to change the fucking conversation.
What's the conversation about what words
Yeah,
mean?
well, just
Speakeasy?
stick
What the
around,
fuck,
chill a
dude?
minute, bro. You just got here, bro. Don't come here and start demanding shit. Go relax.
You're sitting there trying to figure out what the word president means, dude. For real?
no, I'm not saying what it means. I'm saying like you said.
No,
it's
he's saying
kind
that
of
you can rearrange the letters in the word president to spell.
Okay,
the
I
word.
rearranged the definition to sock puppet
pretend.
of the deep state. Does anyone disagree with that definition?
We're trying.
No,
to,
he's not talking about definitions. He's
Yeah,
talking
exactly.
about word magic.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about word magic?
Okay,
Max?
then just sit back for the conversation for a minute, bro.
Speak easy. I'm trying to salvage this panel.
No,
man.
you're
Come
trying.
on.
No, you're
Help me
trying
out,
to
bro.
like make it all about you, bro. Relax.
Of course, it's always about me.
No,
You
it's
don't
not,
even have
though.
me in
We
your.
already had a conversation going. Relax.
You don't even have me in your intro properly. You have me like
Look,
bitching about my
the
voice.
problem is,
dying.
Biden. The problem is that Max doesn't like philology.
And etymology and all those other fun mental
I ever say that?
masturbations.
No, he likes etymology. He loves
Did I ever
etymology.
say that? You see, because you, for some reason, you don't like to study how languages were created, how one language can actually create other languages.
Didn't you hear me say not 5 minutes ago that one of my favorite things to do is to fucking look up the etymology of words?
Yeah, but you haven't. You've went back and debunked yourself on that, saying, okay,
But what did you say the word government comes from?
government comes from the Latin word government, which means govern, to restrict, to hold back, and meant the mind. And that's a lot of our language comes from Latin. So if you look this up,
No, it comes from the word gubernar or
if you look at-
gobernar.
yeah, it wasn't called govern like
To
we call it.
direct.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The words change. Who changes these words and takes
People.
them to
People.
create English?
It comes from the word big daddy bitches. Bitches who
People.
need big daddy to wipe their ass for them. That's
People
who
change
needs
Etymology,
words.
is an inherently
Over
pagan
time.
process, Max.
That's
Maybe
just how things. That's how it works.
That's why real men are libertarians. We don't need no big daddy to wipe our ass. We're real
And
men.
anarchy is the only glimmer of hope, man.
No, anarchy's not practical.
Sorry, did you
It's
say
real
anarchy is the only
people.
glimmer of hope?
Yeah,
You
but
can't
say
have
it,
anarchy
Hi-Fi,
and a nation at the
but,
same
like,
time.
You
They're
literally you hear
incompatible.
bump in the night, and literally the first thing you do is reach for your phone to ring daddy government to come.
Yeah, I
save
like to call FBI to save me from the scary
you. Yeah,
intruders.
you're straight on. You were straight on that thing. Yeah. Hello, please, emergency.
Here's some
no.
irony for you, Teriyaki. Why does the left wing, who loves sucking government cock, want to
You
defund
look-
the government?
You literally look like exactly like that bitch from like Scary Movie. You know what I mean? Where she rung straight to the
I
phone.
can answer that question because with a defunded government, there's more cock to suck.
Ah, I think he's
Wow.
onto something here.
And it suits him too because he'd be hiding in a closet.
So, Max, did you ever figure out what the right wing is yet, or does it even exist? Is it extinct
The
at this
right
point?
wing, all right, the right wing and the left wing are connected to the same bird. So if you
here we
think
go.
that they're different, that's
Connected to the
not
same
that-
bird.
Okay,
And is
okay,
that
I got a definition
And-
for you.
and
Tell
the
me.
American,
American-
the American
Wait,
icon.
I
No,
think
I'm-
we're
is
wait.
eagle,
Hold up.
which is
Just
a bird.
stop. Wait. When the thing is the govern, right? This has a meaning already by itself, right? It's a verb, right? The word govern, and then when you turn it into the noun government, That's what the meant part is, right? It turns the verb into the noun.
No,
It's the people that rule.
Yes.
The ment, it's a compound word, like guberment, gubermente, right?
But it's a very broad term. That can mean a dictator. It can mean a
Gubermente.
committee.
How do you spell this?
Guber and mente. Mente is Latin for mind. So when you look at I'm
To
saying
control the mind.
to control, yeah. So and I'm, people can contest this, fine, that's okay. But I'm just saying, when you look at the words, you see that it comes down. How was English
This
created?
is like some Billy Carson shit, man.
This ain't Billy, man. I don't support.
No, he's onto something. It's a bit like Pokemon, like Thunderwave.
I'm not.
You
gotta catch them all.
Grifters.
Doesn't
If
it?
you
Fucking
want
goober,
to
man.
associate me with somebody that you think is a grifter, please don't do that, man.
Well, you're not
Yeah.
asking us for money, so
No,
It is mind control. There's no debate there. The problem is how much mind control are you willing to tolerate? Do they have
So
to
when
wipe
I
your
look
ass
up
for you?
Latin for gubermente, it's two separate words. It's not one word, and
But
it
in
means
English-
pilot's mind in English. So it's
Yeah,
not
now
even the same.
English. They see. So this is what I'm saying. English, from the Anglo-Saxons, English. You gotta say, okay, what made somebody use this word to put it together to form a word that tells us these people should rule over us, that we should give them money and they're going to do what's best for us with the money. Meanwhile, we see them giving the money to other countries. We see them spending it on bigger chains to put people in, and nobody blinks an
So
eye.
wait, like you want no government?
No, I'm not saying. Yeah, actually, I don't want something to restrict my mind. I
So
would
you
like.
want anarchy?
What's
And-
wrong with the smallest government
Wait,
humanly
here,
possible?
let me see for a second. So you want no government? So like, does that mean you want no laws?
Well, laws, okay, and this is going to be a hard one to get by. Laws are created by someone who's in an authority position.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, I know that. I'm
Yeah,
asking, do you
well,
not
all
want
right,
those?
now-
I know what laws are. I'm not stupid, bro. I'm just
no, no. I'm
you're
just
not answering my question. I'm asking you, do you want laws or not?
no.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
that's
dude,
not
this
why-
is why you can't argue. This is retarded. All civilized people need the rule of law. Even
right,
libertarians
that proves you're a
admit to
zombie.
some
It
government.
just proves you're an idiot, man. That's
No,
Okay,
dude.
hold
And
up.
ANCAP only
and
works.
also Max, I'm
Wait,
fact-checking
wait,
you.
can we-
Sorry,
can we
Max.
just
fact
stop for a
explain-
second? Hold
can I
up, guys,
explain why?
please, let me have my interaction I'm trying to have here for a second. I've been quiet for a while, and you guys all been talking. Let me just
I
get
just
this
got
out
here.
for a second. I just want to understand. I want to get this. So you want no laws?
All right, I'm going to explain.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm going to explain it. More people have died in the world in current history in the last century by following laws than those that didn't follow them. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't have a crazy nation. I'm saying that we have to have rules. But when you say that something is a law, you allowed criminality to persist. Like, look at the Hitler thing. Those people were following laws. Everything Hitler did in Germany was legal. Everything Winston Churchill did was legal. So laws, when you let somebody put themselves up on a pedestal as authority, which can only be created by government, you create an authority and authoritarian figures in government that dictate laws. That's why they call it law enforcement. Now, when you have a law that says, well, you can pollute the river 0.5 parts per million. No, you can't pollute the river, period. That's our lifeline. Laws enable people to do bad things under the disguise that they're
And
not.
with no laws, you can completely pollute all the water because
No,
there's
and-
no
Yeah, you
laws.
can completely
This
pollute
is-
all
this
the water
is-
without any law.
Can I explain it, please? This is what the
You
nation
did,
of-
and you failed, like
No,
all
yeah.
anarchists do.
You're an idiot, man. You
Yeah,
know.
he
You know what?
failed.
No,
It's
I'm a
true. I realize-
libertarian, and you're the reason
have a
why you give
conversation with
libertarians
Phil.
a bad name because they
Phil,
think
you're a
we are
jackass.
you retards.
You're a jackass, Bill.
Can I jump in here for a moment?
All civilized
mind-
people need rule of law. We all
You're
agree that
civilized,
there
man.
are minimum
still a
laws all human beings should
You're still a
obey.
monkey on the branch.
Can I
Phil.
jump in? Can I jump in here for a second? Does everyone
There's no
like?
point.
Is everyone
He's an
okay with that?
anarchist.
Well,
I'm
okay.
not
Look,
doing an
Max.
interview with a libertarian.
Max, I just
Libertarian.
like looked up the etymology of the word "ment," and it actually doesn't come from the Latin for mind, as you're
It
claiming.
doesn't.
It
doesn't.
comes from the Latin from a mentum, right? Which
Which is action.
which denotes an action. Mens
Yes.
is the Latin
Yes.
for mind,
Yes.
not meant.
Thank
Also,
you,
lots
thank
of
you,
Latin
Shiva.
is
I was
both
going to get
meant,
on here because
not
I was
Latin,
getting really
but-
pissed off because people were saying things about language that just isn't true. So
Oh,
when you look
really?
at the word pavement, it is the action of paving something. If
And
you
that's
look
why
at
we
this-
that's why we use the word meant to make a verb into a noun, right? Like
yes,
the,
correct.
the,
You're correct.
the
BC.
result
into a
of
verb,
governing is government, right?
Yeah.
That's the result.
Now,
It,
didn't I
it-
say
it is the
earlier-
action or the
That's
state
why-
of governing.
John,
That's
you
why
don't
in
know
law,
how much you
Max,
come on here.
Max, in law, the Latin phrase for guilty mind is mens rea, not
Men,
ment rea.
right? And this is what I was saying about
MENS.
They are-
MENS.
and I don't know if you're going to understand this, but they are changing definitions every day in front of our face.
No, this is Latin.
No. But when you looked it up on Google, your master, your God, the square God, Google.
Oh my
now,
God.
now
Where
Max,
did you where did you look up your information, Max? I'll look
In a
it up where you
library.
looked
in a
in the
library.
library.
Of course,
Wait,
you
he
can.
has
Of
the
course,
original
fucking
No,
text.
okay,
library.
no,
You have
that's
a Latin
fine. That's
dictionary
fine.
in
No,
front of
guys,
you?
guys, hold up. Let's
Wait,
not all
can I-
shut it down. Can you give me a book recommendation, like say 3 I can start with?
Okay,
The Vulgate.
Start with the Webster's Dictionary before 1986. If you can get
Bruh.
a version that's in the 60s, because the Webster's
You're
Dictionary,
really telling them to go read the dictionary.
all of them.
Well,
were
Are
brought
you
up.
for fucking real?
No, you see, this
60s
idiot,
Find the
idiot,
dictionary now.
he won't even let me
Okay,
explain it.
No, wait. I just want to. I'm
I'm
just.
giving you the reference, but some idiot, Phil or one of these guys, just won't shut up.
Dictionary.
60s Webster's Dictionary.
All right. And the reason being is because the Webster's was bought out by certain corporations in the 80s. 86, I think, was the last one. Benito Mussolini, he said that the fascism, the similar synonym definition of it would be corporatism. So corporations were like, look, tyranny flows out of language because you got to get the person to believe what you want them to believe. So when you change words and you say this word means this person's bad, or this word doesn't mean what you thought it meant, now you can get people to commit these atrocities because they believe.
Right, but okay, Max.
All right. So, what's another book recommendation?
You'd have to look into Latin dictionary, which would be, going back, say, late 1800s. They used to have them in the library. I go there now. They're switching everything electronic, so that makes it easier to change the definitions. And I'm
So,
saying,
Max,
nobody's seeing this.
Okay, he wants a third book. Okay, he's okay. Yeah.
By the way,
Oh,
the Merriam-Webster Corporation was formed in 1831, so they were still a corporation back then.
I said 1986. If you pull your
Oh,
head
is
out
it?
of the grass, you-
Okay.
One second.
And what's,
All right. Let
what's
me
the
just
third
get
book?
the third book quick.
Yeah.
all right, go into the Greek dictionary. A Greek
So there's
dictionary.
Latin.
No, because English is
No, the
part
Greek.
Greek. Oh no, Germanic. Because we have a
Oh,
sprinkle
fuck
of
it.
Greek,
Germanic, yeah.
but we have more Germanic in our language, and we have a little. It's kind of neck and neck with Latin and German. Was conglomerated with sprinkles of Greek and other languages to create English. Because a lot of our words, if you look into it, do come from other language. Paprika, the spice, that's Hungarian.
Yes. Okay.
So one
Great.
sec, Shiva. One sec. I just want to ask a genuine question. So, Max, in your spare time, are you actually leading us to believe that you go to the library to research by reading?
Bro, I've
Different-
been going to the
different
library
dictionaries.
since I was a kid. I know it's hard to believe. Maybe you haven't gone to one, but I was raised to learn to say, hey, pick up a book,
A dictionary and just read the dictionary.
Well, you have to read through the dictionary. How are you going to know your language?
Do
I mean, to be
languages
fair-
change, Max? Did they evolve?
No.
To be fair, Tariaq, when I was a kid, I used to read dictionaries for fun. There was a game that I used to play where I'd look up a word in a dictionary and then pick a word in the definition and look that up.
So you
and I just
speak.
keep doing that.
If you
So
couldn't
Max,
define
do you
it,
speak
have to
the
look it
original
up.
Sumerian?
So,
or do you,
Shiva,
do
when you were like,
use
12
some
years of
bastard
age, someone
modern
said,
version?
recommend me 3 books. You'd be like, yeah, the ancient Greek library, a dictionary,
Tariq. What are we looking
the
up? We're looking up words.
1960s.
We're looking up words. What do you want me to say?
Merriam-Webster.
A Disney novel? We're looking up
So,
words.
okay, look, Max, it seems to me like you haven't acknowledged that one of the statements that you made, which is that the Latin meant is the root for words that pertain to the mind. You haven't acknowledged that that's actually incorrect. It's the
No,
Latin word
I
"ment,"
did acknowledge it,
and that the Latin word "ment"
No,
denotes.
I did acknowledge it, but you weren't listening.
Okay, I
said
mean
that
it's a
when
quite a
you
loud
said
panel.
that, I said that they are changing definitions because if you search more in actual books that are not being around anymore, you're going to see that the word mente is a Latin word that can also stand for mind. In Google, when you look it up on the electronic demon, they're going to change these definitions.
How is mente spelled?
How do you think it's spelled? Pull your
I'm
head out
asking
your
you.
ass and spell it.
Is
Come
it
on.
M-E-N-T-E?
No. If you can't spell it yourself, because all you guys are doing now is trolling.
No, I'm not fucking
No,
trolling.
she was not
What the
trolling.
fuck?
She was.
The
You're
cunt that
totally
goes to the library to
serious.
read dictionaries.
Trolling,
Look,
man.
I'd be being way more silly if I was
Why
trolling
don't
you.
Why don't you look up a couple of different spellings?
I'm asking you for the spelling of the word
No.
mente.
And I'm telling you, why don't you look up? You said you played the dictionary game, which I think you're lying about. I think you're full of shit on that.
Why would I lie?
Try spelling
would
it
you lie about a
MENTOS.
That's why.
Oh my god.
So,
Okay.
am I
guessing that
looking
this
for
is a
I have a
tactic of troll right
question to
here.
add in since we're here. They're definitely not trolling though. But I do want to ask. So, are we talking about Webster's New World Dictionary of an American Language,
No, you're looking at
published in 1960 by the World Publishing Company?
That's not the exact one, but I would say start with that, because if you can find that in print, the problem is.
Yeah, I can buy it right now.
No, but this is the problem now. If you're getting that printed in a new version, it might be changed. You have to find the versions that were printed in the 60s, because they can have.
How do you know you found those versions? How do you know you didn't just find some
He was there.
version that somebody fucked with?
Well, it says it in the book, the copyright, and you can see the age of the dictionary. You can see that it's not a newly produced dictionary. And this was over 15
Have you ever watched
years.
any movies? You can age the fuck out of shit with special effects.
All of that can be fabricated by just
Yeah,
printing
I'm sure it
numbers
can.
in the
Yeah,
book
I'm sure it
and then
can.
making
sure
it
it
look
can.
aged.
They
I'm
can.
sure it can.
They do it all the time in the movie industry.
Hey man, look, I said it before. You can't.
No, I'm just
Different definitions of Latin.
I
no,
can't
Max.
force you to
The
use
reason
my-
I said that, listen, the reason I'm saying that is because the argument you're using for why this dictionary may be wrong is this, like, it literally could just be used against you for the dictionary you're using.
Yep.
For proof, right? That's all I'm pointing out here.
Well, you're pointing out something really good, because it goes back into saying that these books could be changed and have been changed. And if we say, oh, this is what it says without thinking, what does it get us? We got to think, man. We got to say, hey, you know what? Who's trying to get me to believe this, first of all, and why?
All right. So I'm going to give some credit to Max here. Mente is a form of the word mens. It's the singular. It's the ablative singular form of the Latin word mens.
Yes,
right. So he is correct. Like mente is
but
a.
you called me a bullshit.
But hang on, Max. Hang on.
Backpedaling
Look,
now. Backpedaling. And so did Cleaner, right? Cleaner was popping shit too.
My
No,
God, this just fucking take the
Max, he's trying to
take the
give you credit.
W with good grace.
What?
Jesus Christ. But
Don't say that.
the word meant, as is used in the word government, comes from the Latin word mentum. It bears no relation.
Yes.
See,
The confusion arises due to
you
the similar
think it
spelling.
bears no relation because the square God just told you so. I'm telling you, if you get off your ass and you go and you find these books, you're going to see a serious conspiracy that's real. That shit has been changed. And they're printing new books with the copyright from the 60s saying, oh, no, this is the original. No, it's not. You have to find the original. That's like finding a Bible today and saying, oh, that's exactly
They're
how
not
it
printing
was.
new dictionaries claiming that they're the original. In the
Speaking
UK,
of Bible, do
Oxford,
you have the original
there's
Greek
a thing
Bible?
that happens in the UK every single year where the Oxford English Dictionary adds new words to the dictionary. The dictionary is changing every single year.
Dictionary. All right, being that you're from the UK, I have family in the UK, 2 aunts from London. Now, being that you're there, being that you're good at looking up things, can you look up at when they changed the definition of terrorism in the Oxford Dictionary?
I mean, I could.
All right, please find that then, because when you find out that they've changed the definition, then that should make us bring questions about everything else. What else did they change?
Well,
All
all
the
sorts of
words.
stuff. They changed the word meaning of the word nice. They changed the meaning of the word famously outlined by South Park, faggot.
And,
They
and
changed
hold on,
time.
hold on.
definition
Like,
of what is
words
autistic.
change.
And
And
ADHD over
I just
time
want
as they've
something
studied.
clarified here, okay? I didn't say fuck all about the word mint or y'all's argument about words. I didn't say anything about any of that shit. So don't.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
don't
that's me
add me
being
into
a
that one.
pedantic asshole.
I'll take the I'll take the cuff for all the stuff I was actually doing, but not this.
Okay.
Not this.
Yeah, no, this is me being a
This I'm just listening
pedantic.
to.
What I just want
Change
people to
or
understand is that there are different in the Latin language there are different words that are associated with the same definition. So when you're talking about, for example, mente, it is associated with words such as thought or intellect, but mind. And we do need to be specific when we're talking about languages, when we're talking about definitions, because I hear people say this kind of stuff all the time, that when they look at the compound or the suffix words, they say, well, it's similar to this word, so it must mean this word. And that kind of thing happens a lot, and it's not based in anything from a linguistic standpoint. That's all.
Okay,
I'm saying.
John. Now you said that it means intellect, right? You just said that. Now,
Yes.
okay. Now, to restrict the intellect, to restrict the mind, to say, okay, now, is that too much of a leap there to say intellect is not part of the mind?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
No. I'm
is-
asking you a question. Is it too much of a leap, or is it like, okay, yeah, that's pretty close there?
When you're
Intellect,
using
mind.
the word meant from government, yes.
Okay, now, and that's what I was just saying in the beginning, and it got twisted all out of context. I said, okay, if you look up these definitions, you'll see where we get some of our words from, because like before, English is Latin, German, and a small amount of other languages. So
Agreed.
we want to know why. Why are they doing this?
Hey Max, we already admitted it's mind control. Can you admit that there's such a thing of mind control that's good?
Discipline. And I don't know-
Exactly. So why are you arguing anarchy? Anarchy is not discipline.
All right, what does anarchy
Well,
mean?
you don't know. Well, let's not get into
Anarchy is
anarchism,
lawlessness.
because
There's
it's
no
not-
government,
it's not
no law.
lawlessness. It's not
See,
lawlessness.
it's not lawlessness.
Okay, what are the laws of anarchy?
Thank you, John. John brought it up. Let John explain it to you.
What are the laws of anarchy?
John?
There are not. You have to understand there's different forms of anarchy, but the root basis of anarchy is a voluntary basis in which people group or come together.
Okay, what if
Without-
I disagree? Am I being anarchist or anti-anarchist?
No, you don't understand the definition if you disagree.
Oh, I see. So I'm not following your
Yeah,
laws. So
Tommy,
now I'm not the cool anarchist.
Look, you don't understand the meaning of the word anarchy.
I don't give a shit about your meaning. If I'm an anarchist, there's no laws. No one can govern me and tell me shit.
And just like I said, we can't force somebody. The zombie will never believe.
Exactly. This is why no one takes anarchy seriously.
Well, you're a
Well, hang
zombie.
No,
on,
the reason why
don't-
people don't
don't
take
zombies
anarchy
believe
serious is
blindly?
because they don't understand what anarchy is.
They
Okay,
don't.
explain to me what anarchy is.
Because they put up straw men, or they'll make association with fallacies.
And do a
that
better
are
job
based
than
on their
Michael
perspective.
Malice, by the way, because he's like way better than you. You're like amateur hour here.
Well, it looks like you're looking for a fan club, and I ain't with it.
No, I'm looking for good and intelligent people who don't try to argue anarchy because
You
it's
ain't gonna
bullshit
find that
from
in
the
mirror.
beginning.
You ain't gonna find that in the mirror. All right, Phil.
So anarchy, it's fighting, by the way.
Anarchy. You didn't even know what
Anarchy only
means.
works with good and intelligent
You
people,
did not
Max.
know.
So,
now that you looked it up, come on, man, don't play that. You already
so
exposed
if
yourself.
in the absence of good and intelligent people, Max, if you have evil retards, will anarchy work?
Bro, why don't you look it up?
Well,
again?
you know what? That's the same logic what anarchists would say about the reason why we have to be careful about centralization of government, why we have to be careful about people who have the max authority. You're looking at two different things, right? So if the idea
This
that
is
there
why
are
you
evil
need
people,
some form of government. You need the rule of law, bare minimum.
You
You need the
want
rule
that,
of
but
law.
that rule of law depends on people, right?
Exactly.
I just
And
love how like
institutions.
this is exactly why anarchy or anarchism is a joke, because
It's gay.
you guys like the like an anarchist is simply someone who advocates and promotes anarchism, and then anarchism is simply the advocating for abolishing like a hierarchy in the government, where they want a system where basically just everyone works together. We're all the boss. We don't force each other what to do. We all just come together cooperatively.
And
But
what
the
happens when
problem
we
is-
disagree, Speak?
That's
What
the
happens
thing.
when they disagree
That's
with
what
each
I'm
other?
trying to say. That's the problem. Anarchism literally just leads to anarchy, because like in John's community, they could all be like God-fearing people that they have strict moral, and they abide by God's law. But then the next little community next to them could think, no, we just take and do whatever we want, and we're gonna we think we should be the biggest of them all, and we run as free men. So whenever you want to go to that city over there and take a few women or do whatever you want, you go ahead. That's what we
And did you
believe.
notice how quickly they
And they
turned
would
on me
both-
as soon as I disagreed with them? So you're not allowed to disagree with these statist anarchists. You know, they have a definition that you're
Well, I
only
never
allowed
said
No,
to
that.
I'm
accept.
just saying you have to look at the definition of it, and you're
No
not
state, no
saying
law. That's what
factual
anarchy
definition.
is.
Exactly. You just
That's
want
not
you're,
what it
you're a
is.
bootlicker, Phil. You're a bootlicker.
No, I'm not.
That's
I'm a
what we're
libertarian,
Grid
dude.
one. How low?
Are those the only two options, anarchist or bootlicker?
According
Oh,
to Max, who is the keeper
No,
of the
according to
meaning
you,
of
man.
words.
That's what you're the one that just.
They
Look,
better
I'm
make
just-
boots taste better then.
I agree. I do like to lick God's boots, and so I don't like to kill and steal and lie.
I
So-
don't either.
you
That's
lie
why I
all
have
the
no
time.
king but Christ. That's why I have no king but Christ.
Okay, so how do you impose morality on man without any form of government or rule of law? Enlighten us.
How can you promote anarchism if
Morality.
you
So
yourself
you believe that the purpose.
Christ
You,
is
you
the
believe that
king?
morality is something that must be imposed by a
Of
government or
course.
by a nation?
Otherwise, you have everyone killing and stealing and lying
Oh,
to
so
each other like
there's
barbarians.
no such thing as good moral people outside of the law.
Yeah, he doesn't understand morality, John.
You can't find moral people even with law, but at
What
least
about
with
the part
law,
of the
you have a
Bible where
minimum
God says that the
standard
only
from which
purpose
to start.
of the government is to create tyranny in people who would be fearful, who would do that stuff in the first place?
The law doesn't guarantee good
Did you
people;
hear
it
what
just
he said,
increases
Phil?
the chances of encountering good
Phil ain't
people.
listening to understand, John. He's just waiting to respond, man. He's zombieing.
Yeah, I'm just listening to respond. How dare me?
Bootlicking zombie, man.
You're right. I do
wanna
lick
ask-
God's
wait,
boots.
I wanna ask
Guilty
easy
as
something.
charged.
Easy. You're saying that this is not recording after 12 hours, right?
It's 12 hours and 55
Like it
minutes.
won't be on the like
It'll only be on StreamYard, like in the back.
not StreamYard, but my YouTube studio.
Okay,
And then I'll
now
separate it.
now being that I got StreamYard, it says stream this. Now, if I would have pressed stream this to my channel, right, would it record like the rest of this stream, like as we continue on there, or is it like how does
Yeah, that's what it'll be. It'll just be
Yeah,
whatever.
because you're not going over 12 hours. Yeah.
no, but now, so when I say stream to my audience, how's this gonna? Is it gonna show up on the channel where we can still continue this as it being recorded, like right from this moment?
I think
Yeah.
so. I'm restreaming to my
Yeah.
channel.
Okay. Because I'm wondering if I stream it right to my channel, then how do I get on the StreamYard in my StreamYard, or do I just stay here?
No, you don't have that option. When I end my stream, it'll end yours as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why if
He's
you
the
want to
original
start a new
host.
stream, you'll have to do your own stream.
Okay.
I thought you said Chris was going to reboot a stream. Are we going there or what? What's
Yeah,
going on?
we just keep getting into
Well,
different combos.
hold on. So
I
I
think
just
Grid was
because,
interested in the topic now too.
just because we
I'm
finally
just
got
trying to figure out what
Grid
the
here.
topic was, man. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to get the take between Grid and Speakeasy. So on Verbal Combat 50 during the 1v1, when it was Grid 1 Motorsports versus Speakeasy, did Grid 1 win?
Yeah.
This is what you were talking about when I left 12 hours ago.
No,
Mic drop. Mic drop right there.
Also,
No,
speak
we
easy.
talked
I want a
about
rematch where we were talking about culture and politics.
Oh.
That's what I came for. By the way, Grid 1, dude, you're sounding too much like your NCAP buddy over here, Max and John. You guys need to get your shit together and realize that there's
I
a
am
rule
not
of
an
law.
NCAP. I am not an NCAP. Don't even
I'm
go
not
there.
libertarian.
Or
at all,
anarchist,
dude.
whatever.
I think libertarians are weird.
Well, no, I'm a particular type of anarchist, and if you
Who
want
gives a
to know what
shit?
that means, well, you know what? That's the whole point. Then you don't give a shit.
Okay,
So,
are you
I'm
better
sorry.
or worse than the Michael Malice version of anarchy?
You
Well, I
know
don't
the
know what you mean
problem.
by Michael or I believe
You don't know
there
who Michael Malice is? He's
I
like
did,
the
did
most
I not say that
prominent
I didn't-
anarchist.
Did I not say I didn't know Michael Malice? You didn't let me
You just
finish
said
my
I don't
sentence.
know
No,
what Michael Malice
you
is.
didn't let me finish my sentence
didn't
because you're too
finish.
busy trying to be
Okay, go
an
ahead.
asshole here. I said I don't know if I would compare myself to him
Why not?
because to me I don't look at anarchism in the same political aspect as a lot of anarchists do. It's more of a
Oh, see, this
a
is why you can't
theological
get a straight
aspect.
answer out of them. It's always like,
No,
I'm not like the other girls. I'm a special kind of anarchist that you can't put in a box or define.
Okay, so how many Christian anarchists do you know?
Quite a few actually.
Okay.
I mean, considering I haven't even gotten you to
Cap.
define it for me yet, I don't
I have
know one
defined
yet.
it. I have defined it cleaner. You
No.
just have ignored it. So
In fact, I think
I'm
No,
calling
might
Cap on
be one of
iPry
them.
over here.
Hey, Grid One,
iPry's
are you a Christian
literally just
anarchist?
being a contrarian now. Come on now.
Hey, Grid One, are
We
you a
don't know
Christian
bunch
anarchist?
of Christian
I couldn't
anarchists.
hear whoever's talking. I'm
It's
sorry.
me. It's
What?
Pi. Grid One, are you a Christian anarchist?
No.
Oh, I thought you were arguing ANCAP earlier, dude.
No,
Totally.
I was not. I'm a constitutional conservative. I keep saying that. You keep ignoring it. It's okay.
Speakeasy, play the clip back where I had to correct him on being an ANCAP, and I told him it was retarded, and we have to at least admit
Go
libertarian.
ahead. I told you I was not an anchor.
I will play. I restreamed it to my own channel. I'll play it back for you.
Why you got an ego problem? That's
Clip
it.
that shit.
Whether or
Clip
not
that
you
shit,
meant to,
because
you
what
were
you're going to
arguing.
have is you're going to have me saying that I am not an ANCAP. I have interviewed an ANCAP, and it's kind of a weird philosophy, especially the whole insurance fucking thing. I don't know, but
Okay. I thought you were. Okay, well, John and Max, I'm friendly to the ANCAP philosophy. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with the evil retarded planet we have. If
You don't
have a
understand the
planet full of
definition.
good and
Why?
intelligent
Why?
people, it's a
Right, you
reasonable
don't understand
discussion.
the definition, so you're like a child that doesn't want to learn. And
No,
like
I actually know
John
what words
said, you
mean.
just say the cause-
And so, without law or
You're a
government
demon,
or
man.
rule
You're
of
a
law,
demon. You're a
you are a
lying demon.
barbarian tribe, and that's
You're
the
a
best you're
lying
ever going to
demon.
be.
do you know who my rule of law comes from?
Hopefully, God, if you're a Christian.
Yeah, God. Yeah, it's God.
Okay, so
I
how
just-
can a Christian
Unlike
live
you,
in
Fi,
a nation without
Unlike
laws?
you, Fi, because
Well-
you keep lying, you don't believe in good. You're a liar. You've been lied.
Christians
so many
already
times.
have
You
laws. We
attack
have
everybody
God's
on the
law that we
street.
at minimum have to obey.
You're a
So
liar.
only we have to obey laws, but our neighbors
You're a
don't?
liar, Fi.
that make
You're
sense?
a liar.
Which part did I lie about, Max?
You didn't listen to anything we said, and you're here to cause confusion. So
I
that's
listened to
just what it
everything
is.
John said. He didn't respond to anything I said.
You're
So
here
go
to
ahead and
cause
answer for John,
confusion,
Max. How do Christians obey
You're-
laws without any
confusion.
government or rule of law?
You're here to
You,
cause.
you have to
confusion,
understand why what God told us about law, the purpose of law, and what it fits within as us as individuals. And if you're going to try to say that what God is trying to promote is He's trying to promote that you obey every little law that anybody gives you, you would be wrong. He does tell us to render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, but then he
No, that's
follows that up by
taxes. That's a
saying
different topic.
he follows that up by saying, but render everything unto God which is God's. And therefore, if you believe God is the master of the universe, if you believe He's the creator, then everything goes to Him. And therefore, any law you do, you go to Him first and say, okay, what's the point of this? I would agree. There are times when God wants us to submit to the authorities that are before us because there's a good moral reason to do so. However,
John,
that's a far cry from believing that that laws themselves, written by sinful, imperfect men, are themselves going to be paragons of morality.
Hey, John, I got a quick question for you. Sorry to interrupt your soapbox. What does Romans 13:1 say?
I know
What is it?
exactly this. I've dealt with this misconception before, so I can tell you what it says. I know.
Enlighten me. What does it really mean? How do you interpret it?
Okay. And it talks about, if you look at the verse,
Can you put that on screen, Speakeasy, by the way, so that everyone can see what he's talking
he
about?
talks about how he says, give what is due in taxes, give to what is due to other people. He talks about respect. He talks about so he doesn't just make it just a government thing. The
It doesn't
idea
sound
is
like you've actually read it,
I have.
because he doesn't literally say those things. He doesn't
he
insinuate
does.
those things.
Yes, he does.
Do you want me to present Speakeasy? Will that help?
Well, what do we?
Romans 13, chapter 1 and 2.
We're
can
doing
Google it for
Theology
you real quick if
Thursdays.
you need to, or
Uh,
if you can
easy.
put it up.
While all that's going on, good to see everybody this morning. I got some sleep, which was good, and
Yeah, I need some.
Yeah, I know. I just woke up. I was telling these dudes, get some sleep already.
Brothers, can
how
you
long have you been up,
testify?
Easy?
We're about to do shift change
Oh,
here. I
been
guess,
up?
'cause Grid one's
I've
awake.
been up almost 24 hours. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually no, yeah,
Easily.
24 hours. I'm past 24 hours. It's 11, yeah.
Get some sleep, dude.
Yeah,
Let me
you should-
present real quick and let John enlighten us what these words mean. I got the screen for you, Speakeasy. Just throw it up there.
Pardon me.
Let him read the
Bless you.
words and then tell us what those words mean, since he's an expert on these passages. Go ahead, John. Tell us what that means. And don't say render under Caesar. That's talking about taxes. That's a whole different context, a whole different scripture.
Yeah, that's a different line too. It's not this.
And by the way, I'm totally against taxes, but that's a whole different topic.
This is very specific here.
Correct.
Oh, he's still here.
Go
Are
ahead,
you muted
John.
or something, John?
You have the floor, dude.
Mosman?
I think I scared him away. I usually do.
Maybe you got cut.
We can't hear you, John. I don't know if you muted yourself or your microphone.
You might have
disconnected.
muted yourself or something, yeah.
I'm gonna speak
Oh,
on
yeah.
John's behalf. I'm gonna speak on John's behalf.
No, you're
Y'all
not
motherfuckers
qualified.
don't know shit. What the fuck is talking about Romans 13? I'm gonna tell
outta
you
here, you
exactly
leprechaun.
what he says. You motherfuckers. Okay? Don't disrespect back my boy Jesus like that, okay? Get
Teriyaki,
off
when
my
are you
shit.
gonna get some God
okay?
in your life. You need religion.
This is
dude.
Mosman right here. You know what I'm saying? We don't fuck around. This is Mosman.
Is it?
I actually like John a lot. John's a good guy.
Exactly.
I love it. I love anarchists, but they're retarded when they try to
Keep
argue their point. That's the
Mosman's
problem.
name out your mouth.
He is a good dude. I disagree with his worldview, and I totally don't understand it because he's not able to really explain it in a way that doesn't contradict itself. But I like talking to him and arguing with him. He's a fun dude for sure.
Oh, I would rather live next door to anarchists than like Democrats and authoritarians by far, easily. So, Max, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like you're the bad guy or anything. I'm just saying your argument's shitty and you need to improve on it and join the Libertarian Party like me, and so we can reclaim the country.
He is in Nowheresville, Colorado, so he could have actually been having issues.
Oh, they're
I'm
having a
also
storm
in
there, aren't they?
Nowheresville, America, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't reclaim the country because it's quickly turning
Well,
into
I'm just
shit.
saying that he may be having issues with his having issues with his internet.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm not making an argument for in his favor or anything. I'm just pointing out. that-
Yeah, no,
We'll
he,
wait until
he's
he
had
comes back.
that happen to him while he was on my panel before, actually, where he got cut out and then had to come back.
He can come back. And
Yeah.
find us.
His internet sometimes.
Well, so Max, do you want to try and argue anarchism while he's gone, or are you good?
I still am trying to have someone explain to me so that I can understand Christian anarchism because I still don't understand that shit.
In theory, you can try and live in a barbarian tribe just directly under God's law, which is written on your heart. But the problem is all men disagree what that means, and so that's why you can't ever functionally do it in a practical sense. It's just it's like herding cats.
The reason it's an oxymoron because the problem here is like Christianity, there's a hierarchical system, but anarchy doesn't want the hierarchy. They want everybody to be equal. We're all making the say together. We're all going to come together and kumbaya. You know what I mean? Like
The
so,
problem
like,
is most.
Well, I mean, I can
things-
tell you from the ANCAP point of view, is that you do go sort of tribal or community, and you all agree to live under the same kind of standards, and you're responsible for your stuff, and nobody can tell you what to do or not to do. And if you offend somebody or damage somebody's stuff, you should have insurance for the insurance to enforce the restitution or whatever. To me, it's an overly
Wild.
complex kind of way.
I think they're leaning too hard into the idea of unspoken rules, which is kind of an oxymoron, because as soon as you speak them, they're rules, and if they're not spoken, then they're not rules, and then everyone gets to decide their own path.
I had Fabian Liberty on my show, and we talked about it quite a bit. And I mean, I understand his point of view. He admits that it's something that is unlikely to happen anytime soon, but obviously
It's impossible.
He's trying to push it down that road. And the thing about libertarianism in general is it sounds so much like conservatism. You just don't like specific pieces. You just don't want all of the pie, right? I want to be a conservative, but I also want to do this. Right?
Yeah, there's two camps that conflict, which I think was perfectly illustrated in the Andrew Wilson, Dave Smith debate, where a conservative tried to debate a libertarian and they both failed. And so if you can actually find a conservative libertarian like myself, then that is the final solution. But unfortunately, the anarchists won't ever concede it because they think we are bootlickers, which is hilarious because we are the most anti-bootlicking people. But we wish anarchism was possible, but it's not. As long as evil retards populate the earth, you can't have anarchism. It won't ever work, period.
So,
Which I was trying to explain to John, but unfortunately his hamster wheel broke, and so his internet's not working. So anyways, Max, if you want to try and carry that torch, feel free. But I still want to debate Speakeasy about the left wing, but since we're defining words here, let's define some words. Speak.
oh,
Wait, what?
You want to define words? Let's define some words. Are you ready?
I think he probably wants to define sleep right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what
good night's
words
rest.
you're even talking about. What?
and I have a question.
We had a debate about defining words. When was this?
When I showed up, when I just got here like 10 minutes ago, y'all were like, "What does is?"
Oh
what does
no,
mean
we were
is
we were
mean?
talking about the etymology of words.
Of
Of
words.
government and whether it's Old French or Latin and all, and
There's
whether or
not the
not Webster's
etymology of
dictionary
words,
is a
but,
good argument. Anyways, but you got mad when I asked about the definition of the right wing, which I was still waiting for Max to tell us what the definition of the right wing is. Can you?
You ain't here to learn, man. That's why there's no sense in really speaking with you that much. The other people, great conversation. You're just here to cause bullshit.
You sure know a lot about me, even though you know
Well,
zero
I'm
about me.
saying
Well,
what you've said.
okay, hold on. Can I ask a question, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Because I really want to ask a question to the guy.
Yeah,
I think
you
he's to the
did.
right of me, right? You're the
Yeah,
libertarian,
fighting.
right?
I'm I-5, by the way, but yeah, go ahead.
I
You
fight.
just asked a question.
I was wondering, because I'm curious about libertarians and everything. I was wanting to do like a little interview with you on my channel.
Okay.
If you're up for that. My channel
Sure.
name is the name down here, James Life Talks. That's my channel name.
Okay, I've got. Do you see my subtitle at iFi-YouTube? That's my channel. Just go to my community page and send me a link to invite me to your channel or whatever, and I'll come do an interview. Sure.
James, are
All
you
right.
libertarian?
No, I'm not libertarian, but I'm just curious about libertarianism.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it, dude.
I'm
You
just
come
curious
to the
about it.
right place.
I'm wanting to do interviews probably with a lot of different people to get a lot of different worldviews.
You come to the right place, James. I can tell you everything you need to
Because-
know about Christian libertarians. So I'll help you
No,
out,
okay.
brother.
James, are you Republican or a conservative?
I'm lean more conservative,
Mhm.
but now I do have some. I guess I'm more middle ground on some things because it's like more modern on some things.
Well, there's your problem, James. You don't want to be middle ground because that's what centrists are, and that's why you have arguments about like murdering
Well-
babies. Should we murder half of them or all of them?
Well,
You know, it's like-
that issue. I'm talking about like as far as the issue, as far as like say like guns, for example. I don't want mentally insane people to have guns. Like that's
Yeah, but aren't they going to get them anyway? And the only good people with guns are the only thing that's going to stand against that.
But yeah, you're right. We don't want mentally ill people or
No,
children.
we don't want them to
I don't. I'm definitely not. I'm pro-life for sure. So far as the abortion issue, no abortions at all.
Yeah, but what about
I'm
with the
definitely
gun
pro-life.
issue? You know, there's no gun control. It's a monopoly. You know, any gun law is unconstitutional. And a lot of people can't wrap their heads around that, man. When they say, "Oh, well, mentally ill," they're going to use that to get people that aren't mentally ill to not be able to have a firearm.
'Cause how do you define that? That's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
this
know
is
that's
where-
an issue of how you define the word mentally ill.
This is where I will argue a middle ground, James, because even though I would love to just take their full extreme view, we do need some rule of law, including, standards upon like who's, mentally capable of handling a gun and so forth. So yeah. And
Who's mentally capable of administering laws? That's what we should really
the
do.
government, if they're good, intelligent people.
Well, that's where you have the checks and balances, like I was saying earlier.
We don't have any checks and balances today. They say that we're
on
supposed
this
to.
stream.
Hey,
Well,
Max,
that's
think
why you
that-
have to clean the
Go ahead.
swamp.
Go ahead, James.
That's why you have to clean the swamp, like Trump's talking about. So you
Did
get
he
the checks
clean
and
it though? The last 4 years when he was in, and I'm not saying.
Yeah,
I know for
but-
a fact that Trump was a better choice. Anybody who would even think of a choice between Kamala and Trump is so zombified. I don't even know what to say. Now, I'm not saying that Trump is the savior and he's going to do all, but with that cleaning the swamp thing, if you look at the 4 years he was in, and you say, well, what happened to the swamp? It's still there. Biden just made it worse. I mean, they are the swamp basically.
Well, he empowered it. Like all the work that Trump did to pull some of the power out of the swamp, Biden not only put it back, he enhanced it because he gave the Justice Department all kinds of authority that they don't actually have.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think Trump has
he
the power.
actually gave them the ultimate authority, which is the authority to tell the DOD to attack civilians within the continental United States using lethal force.
Yeah,
based off of only the president's order.
And when I look at something like that, it doesn't seem like a president. It more seems like a dictator.
Do you guys want to try like a Wild West version of gun control where, again, there's like no government involved or very small government involved? Because even the Wild West still had like sheriffs and stuff like that. But
yeah,
imagine a Wild West without sheriffs. Is that what
well,
you
think
want?
about this. All right. Remember the gangs in New York when Bill the Butcher, right? What did they do when he killed the politician? They brought in the army. And I know I was a military soldier. We're going to kill who you tell us to kill. And then later on, we're going to figure out if it was right or wrong.
But if you're arguing anarchy, there is no military or government to intervene.
What I'm saying is that, and I'm not saying I am an anarchist. When somebody asked me what's a better form, I said anarchy. And then all of a sudden, people labeled it. I like when John came on because I'd like to talk with him about his view on why he considers himself an anarchist. I know that, it's not going to work straight out because you need protectors. You need people to protect the anarchist state.
You need
because
rule of
people will come and
law.
try to
You
invade.
need a government to have a nation.
Gun control with anarchy, it would be everybody has to patrol their neighborhood.
Well, you can't have gun control and anarchy together.
No, you can't. Well, you don't.
And what happens when certain neighborhoods get together and form cartels, Max? Then what do you do?
I think gun control is actually a mental illusion because it's somebody telling us, oh, we have gun control, yet we see all these criminals with guns. There's no gun control.
But they don't enforce those laws probably as well as
no,
they
man.
should.
Their gun control.
They enforce
thing
the
is,
laws.
you can buy privately owned, buy
The fact that the
private,
president-
and get around a lot of those loopholes.
Look, the fact that they
What
sell
are you
guns.
talking about, James?
the
Hold on.
fact that-
I've got to ask this, guys. Give me a second. James, I have to explore this, man. What loopholes are you talking about?
But they don't, because they don't do like background checks when you privately buy a gun. From
And they shouldn't. It's none of your damn business what I own.
Right, absolutely.
But what if a mentally insane person gets the
Who determines that?
Who gets to determine who's mentally insane?
Psychologists.
Who
That's a
cares?
bad answer.
Who cares, James? What if, for a mentally insane person, going out to their backyard outside of a city and getting to shoot their gun in the dirt is the thing that cures their mental insanity?
Or what if going into a crowded
That's-
grocery store and unloading a clip on all the people is their choice? That's why they're mentally insane and why they
yeah,
shouldn't
and that's
have
why
guns.
you
Right.
can't just.
But
get
a sane person can do that too, just from being triggered in the right way.
Most sane people
Exactly.
don't go into grocery stores and unload clips
Exactly.
on people.
All those
Yeah,
people,
you
all
would be
those people.
sane.
That's
would
what
be
you would
insane.
say, but I would say your reference of sanity in that specific scenario would be subjective.
Yep.
And our version takes care of both. We take care of evil
No, it
people
doesn't,
and
man.
mentally
You're
ill
just a
people.
puppet
So
Do
for
you-
libertarians.
do
All right,
you-
no
hold on,
problem.
hold on. I
Do
want
you
to
understand the
Guys,
problem with trying to figure out who's mentally ill now,
The
though?
give me a minute here. Give me a
fangirl,
minute,
man.
guys. So, James, would it surprise you to know that almost every mass, and I use that term only in its popularized way and not in the correct way, every mass shooter has been on a watch list? Every single one of them.
Yep. And what about
Would
the
it
people?
surprise you even more, James, to know that they're on mind and mood altering drugs?
Yep.
Every single one of them.
And
Yep.
they vote Democrat.
No,
They
but
all
what
do.
about
That's
the
the-
people?
Let's just leave the politics
Well,
out.
that's the problem with the whole psychology area is that they give people way too many drugs. They need to use herbs instead of
Well, James,
drugs.
you can't have it. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. Okay.
and the thing
Either
is,
either
though,
people have personal freedom and can act in the way that they want to act and have freedom and not be locked up because some doctor says so, or
well, you
the
We can't lock up
doctors
murderers
are able to give them
based
medication
on that.
that they say they need. Me personally, I think we need to bring back insane asylums. That's just my own personal opinion.
I think so, too.
Unfortunately, the science
telling me-
behind it says that people get worse in insane asylums, not better. And so, home
Or we could
care
just
is better.
deport the left wing and then we won't need insane asylums. So
Yeah, there's no
Well,
problems on the right,
problem
right?
solved.
Well, that's because the whole country would be an asylum.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. Right. Yeah. They. So, if you heard of these experiments where they had a psychiatrist of this like really well documented, well thought of, like super cool, or not cool, I guess, but whatever, a top level institution, psychiatric institution, not even psychologist, psychiatrist, they sent him people that they said, okay, we want you to test these people and tell us which one are disturbed people. He sent them back an answer. He said, nope, you didn't get one right. None of them have mental problems.
Yeah.
Sent him another back. He said, oh no, I knew you were messing with me. It's just, I was testing you to see if you were going to accept it. So, okay, we'll do it again. So he did it again. Didn't get one right. Did it 3 times, James. And they couldn't identify. Every person he identified as having mental issues did not have mental issues.
You know what the craziest?
So I just want to correct one thing, because you said that all the mass shooters were on watch lists, but like literally the most deadliest modern mass shooting, that dude wasn't on the watch list.
Which
He was
one?
just like a real estate business guy. The Las Vegas shooting.
that you know of.
Oh, hold on, that-
Easy.
So first of
Yeah,
all,
now
we
we know
can
of.
get into the
Okay,
Las
so
Vegas
now that you
I'm
say
wild.
that, you can't wait. You can't just say that you know of. That's a
Well, you know how the deep state operates, Big Easy. They're doing shit
okay.
you'll
Then if it's
never
a
know
secret
about.
to you, it's a
Guys,
secret
wait a
to
minute.
you,
Hold on,
too.
hold
You
on,
don't know
hold on.
either.
Hold on, I thought
you
that
say
guy
something
was
that's
prior
not-
military.
I'm prior
You don't-
military.
You don't hold on, guys. Let me respond about the Vegas shooting first, and then we can kind of dive into all these other things. So first of all, I had people there on the ground when that was happening. Reporting like instant. I knew what was going on the whole time. That was actually happening. I was actually posting about it in a specific place, but that was not one dude. And I promise you, they weren't bump stocks. Those were M240s. That was actual machine guns that they didn't find. But in all of the crime scene photos, there's none of the brass that they claimed were piles and piles of brass. It didn't happen.
So you're making my point, Grid. Is what I'm saying is that like the information we have on that mass shooting, you just admitted it's all wrong. So like
I think it was a definite psyop.
So like, yeah, but like saying so like you can't possibly know that every shooter was on a watch list before. That could be false information as well.
Well, the FBI's admitted
it's
that
speculation because you're not going to be able to Google what they knew. It was
right. When the FBI said, all right, so like the Georgia shooting, right? The Georgia shooting just recently, the kid walks in, you know, I think he shot one kid, two teachers. That kid had been interviewed the year before by sheriff's deputies who then just passed it off. The FBI never went out there. The FBI had a credible threat. The kid had said on Discord, I'm going to take my gun and go shoot people.
There's
And
the other
FBI
problem with
knew
our
it,
culture.
And all they did was send out a couple of sheriff's deputies to talk to the dad. They never investigated it. They never tracked the kid or anything like that.
Do you think they should have? Because it seems like you don't want them to be
I think if
involved.
somebody says something very specific, like I'm going to go to a school and shoot it up in a context that is not like we're talking now. Like honestly, I'm on all the list easy. I mean, I own fully automatic weapons. I own suppressors. There's not a list I'm not on. Like
we're probably on more lists than they are.
Is it legal to own suppressors?
Yes,
it's
it is.
absolutely legal to own a suppressor,
But only certain states, right?
Yeah.
No.
I'm in the States.
All right. Well, that would again that kind of like then that kind of just defeats the purpose of like
Government.
Wait, what?
Of government.
I is just having a ball. But I mean, no, look, I get it, man. We all want something to be done. What I want is better parenting. I don't need a nanny state on top of me. And I don't want it. And I don't think anybody else does either when they think about it.
Yeah,
I want the bare minimum government humanly possible that's fully transparent and accountable.
Well, the thing is, sure, I don't want them, imposing on my life as I'm not a, no longer. I did do shit that would have been illegal before. But I don't do shit that's illegal or worried about this. But like, I do think like if I was like, say, like beating the shit out of my wife and kids, that the government should impose on this type of thing, or
But they do. If you're beating the crap out of your wife, and your wife goes, "Hey,
yeah, I know that's." But that's all I'm saying is like I do think they should get involved in our personal lives in certain aspects.
But that is at that point you're asking them to come in.
No, the criminals aren't asking. So
all right, so
no, the person who's being beaten is asking.
Not
They're asking
necessarily.
for help.
Right. Well, yeah. I know exactly where IFI is going to go with this, and to some degree, I have a real problem with it. We have a real problem in the United States of sticking our nose in other people's business where it doesn't fucking belong. And my entire philosophy is it's none of my damn business.
True.
Absolutely none of my business. It's none of your business. It's none of IFI's business. It doesn't fucking matter to me. I'm not my neighbor's keeper. I'm not my brother's keeper. I don't really give a flying fuck. Now, if the shit that he does crosses into my yard, now we got a problem.
Sounds like what Kane said.
Yeah, but the thing is, I do
hear you,
like.
I'm sorry.
Sound like what Kane said. I'm not my brother's keeper. That's basically what he was saying.
And like what I'm saying is like, so I get this mindset of like I don't want nobody involved in my personal anything because I don't care about anybody else's personal anything. But I have a not only a different thought, but I feel compelled as a duty to my fellow men to do what is right. So like if
Great, get
there's
involved in
something going on that's wrong, I
Get
do
involved in
think
church.
That's the $1 million question.
What?
Easy. Where
I
do you
said
draw
that's
the
great.
line?
Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting I-Fi. Go
Sorry.
ahead, I-Fi.
I was just saying he hit the crux of the argument. The point is we all want the rule of law, but the question is where do you draw the line? Like how much government is too much government?
Any government. If you're not part of the government, you're subjected to its tyranny. So we have to work together and be part of that government.
Wait, I
So-
just wanted to point something out quick. Did you say get involved in my church?
No,
Is that what you said?
No, I said be a part of your. If you want to be part of your community, be a part of your church, be a part of your neighborhood. But
Wait,
that doesn't
so
mean
now
that
you're trying to tell me on how I should do my duties.
you asked.
See?
Everybody wants to do
You do
something. I
care
didn't
about how
you
people do things.
specifically. I don't know why you're taking this personally. We're not.
No,
talking
I'm saying
personally.
it's not personally. I'm pointing out the flaw in like you said,
What flaw?
you don't because you said I don't care what other people do, and then you just said, well, if you want to get involved in helping people, go and help in your church. Like you're giving
Because
me
I'm
a
doing that on
suggestion
my
to do
free
something.
will, right? I'm doing that in my free will. I'm willing to do that. But what I'm saying is that it's none of my business what other people do.
Also, church can be a
Okay, so you
surrogate form
don't
of
mind
government.
then, so you don't care that I want to influence people to be involved in other people's lives that
Yeah,
are
you
doing
can want
fucked up
to all
shit.
you want. Yeah, you can want to all you want.
No, I'll
The guy
do
down
it.
the street- the
I'll
guy
do
down the
it though
street
too,
loves- the guy
right?
down
Like
the
I'll
street
inspire
loves to
culture
do-
to hopefully make everybody start turning to abolishing pornography and abortion, these type of things. I would love to. I want to do that. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, and you're free to want that.
No, I'm free to do it
I'm
though.
assuming.
Am I
that-
not, Grid? Am I not free to do it?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not in a
that's what-
libertarian state, you're not.
What's that?
Not in a libertarian state, you're not. In an anarchist state, you're free to mind your own business, but not in a libertarian state.
Not in a democratic state either.
Now, fuck democracy. That's retarded.
Yeah,
Meritocracy is
we-
way
we don't-
better.
Nobody
than
wants
democracy.
democracy, man. Nobody.
Democracy is shit.
Yeah.
The problem I have when we get into these, like, I don't like if we like just kind of like mind our own business for everything. This is how we're getting to places like, well, you know, parents should be able to consent to transitioning their kids because, you know, it's their business what they want to do. It's how they run their household. Like, this is the problem, right? I just disagree with that statement. I do want to have a say in how we're allowed to live.
In your life?
What, sir?
How much is the right amount of government interference in your life?
Libertarian.
None.
Well, how much is the right amount of government? This is like a very blanket statement that would be very hard to just answer in a sentence or two, right? We'd have to go through every single thing. But I do want them involved that to the point that we will make laws that will be against immoral acts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
A
government
conservative
morality,
libertarian
yeah,
government.
morality.
You hit it
That-
right on the
and that'd
nose.
be enough.
That's fine, but I think I understand what Grid One is saying, and the best answer that I could give would be that I would want a government that was not invasive in my personal life, but one that protected the rights of its citizens. At the same
Right. So
time.
how
A
can you?
conservative libertarian government.
What is
That's the problem,
definition of
right? Is
rights?
because how could you have the government not involved in your personal life and have them stop you from
Involved
transitioning your
at a
kids
bare minimum
or
level.
having an
The absolute
abortion?
smallest level
Well,
possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's like so. Like, should they be allowed to stop you from transitioning your kids?
Well, they're the ones that's pushing it. If you look
No,
at
I'm asking a question.
Hold on. So, if we take this to its ultimate, right? The government shouldn't be the one stopping you because the hospital should never have that right to do it in the first place. And if a parent wants to do it and wants to pay for it, and the child agrees with it for some dumbass reason, maybe, but I wouldn't agree with it. But because I don't agree with it, has no bearing on the fact that that's okay for them to do at this point, and they have to deal with those ramifications. Actions have consequences, Easy, and I'm not here as a citizen to dole out those consequences.
Yeah, but
because-
basically,
but
you
you
want
want
if you
them
take the,
But you want them all. You want them doled out to anybody that does things that you don't like. So, like, if somebody comes and
Well,
takes
I
a
just
shit
said I
on your
didn't.
lawn,
I literally just said that is
so if
not
someone
true.
comes and takes a shit on your lawn every morning, and like you're able to like
Well, that'd be
get them caught,
trespassing, and that would be directly in coming into my area. So
so they would be infringing on a law, and then
So
you
what
would want
happens-
the government to
it would
protect
be-
you. You would want them
my
to
personal
invade on it.
space, and now it's my business, and now it's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be a
then
problem.
how do you stop it?
What do you mean? How do I stop it?
Yeah, how do you stop this guy from shitting on your lawn?
Man, okay.
Probably kick him in the nuts.
No, you
No,
you,
this-
you know who it is, but you don't get to catch him. You're seeing it
How do
on
I not
video.
get to catch him? It's my
You're
property.
seeing it on video.
You set a
My-
So like
trap.
he's there when you're sleeping, he shits, and then he leaves.
You set a trap.
Yeah, I mean, what do
Oh,
you
you're
mean?
allowed to set traps
So
for
you're
people
allowed
on
to
your
set
property?
traps. You're allowed to.
What
Hold on, hold on. So
what
you
state
want
you
the
live in?
cops to take care of your business for you? Is that what it is? Is that what we
Yeah,
want? as
yeah. I'm
society?
not gonna shoot
Is that
some
what we
guy. Let
want
me
as
explain it to you.
society?
I'll explain
Is
it. Yeah,
that-
I'll answer you. I'm
Is
not
this all
gonna.
cops that
I
can
am
take
not. I am not gonna go pick up assault charges or a murder charge because some guy was shitting on my lawn. It's not worth it to me. Maybe it's worth it to you. Ego's a killer, but I'm not that
It's
egotistical.
not a matter of ego.
Okay, I'm just
just
gonna
asking-
have the law deal with him and then get to enjoy my life
all
with
right.
my family.
E-
If you want to
easy.
like
What if
throw
the-
your
Well,
life
all right,
away
easy,
over some
easy,
guy
easy.
shitting on
all
your
right,
lawn,
let's bring some
no, you guys,
reality into it.
can you let me actually finish before you guys all interrupt me, please? It's not worth it to me to risk my freedom and my being able to be out here for my kids and family over some dude that shit on my lawn. That's not worth it.
What happens if it's legal to shoot him for shitting on your lawn? Would you do it again?
No.
All right, so you're
No,
not
because
shooting-
I don't think it should be legal to put anybody to death
Yeah, okay. I was just
breaking
asking.
a law.
All right. So let me ask you a question.
Even in
You call the
self-defense, if they're
cops,
trying to
you
kill
say, hey,
you,
this guy's shitting on my
That's
lawn
different.
every day. The cops say, not our
how's that
problem.
different?
What then?
Yeah, it is different. That's
No,
that's
Well,
by,
then you're
by
just-
God's law. That's okay.
So then there's no law. Like so. Oh my
He-
god.
no, here's the silver
That's
bullet to
reality.
no 1 sec. Here's how you
And we live
destroy
in
Grid's
anarchy, and
argument.
I have to make
And,
the
like,
laws
libertarians
myself.
in
So I get
general,
the
right?
biggest gun, and I make the laws. Grid. That's how that works. If it's
What
to
about the
point where
McCoys?
the law enforcement can't enforce the law, then I guess I would have to do that myself.
What if?
Okay, then.
But what if
But we have a
what if-
law enforcement, so
But
What
here,
if the law just
here's
writes
silver
that
bullet.
they-
Like basically, like just like look at the McCoys from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What happens if you have like a family or whatever that like they think incest is perfectly normal.
I didn't hear the first part of that. I'm sorry. Could you walk me back through that?
In terms of the libertarian worldview, in terms of you think the government shouldn't get
I'm not
involved,
libertarian, so I can't answer that.
Well, the government does get involved. In the state of New Jersey.
no. Grid said he's not libertarian, but he
Yeah, I'm not
doesn't want
libertarian.
the. He
No,
doesn't want the.
Phil,
But Teriax, your question will still follow the good.
it's
one,
still
Grid.
same
Yeah.
same logic in terms of this whole thing. You don't want government to get involved.
well, they do get involved. In New Jersey, they allow father to marry daughter.
Wait, no, let Teriak ask this question because I think it's a good question.
Yeah. So basically, in terms of your worldview, in terms of like the government shouldn't get involved, what's stopping incest in your worldview?
So let me get this straight.
Morality.
You think that the police have a duty to enforce the law? Because the Supreme Court of the United States has
No.
said they do not.
They enforce the
They do
policy.
have
That's why they
states
call
enforce
policy.
Grid,
Well,
I'm
on the
asking in
laws,
terms of your worldview, where you think government shouldn't get involved. Are you going to
No,
bite
I
the bullet
don't.
here?
I think that people get involved. I think that I get involved. I think that if I have problems with it, then I go to my friends and my neighbors and my countrymen. I don't go to the police unless literally it's the last resort.
So you'd beat him up for shitting on your lawn,
Yeah, I would. If you're shitting
and
on
then
my lawn,
and
you
then
get
in,
nasty.
when he decides I'm going to call the police now for you doing that, and you're
I'm
going to
gonna
get
tell him
charged
that
for
he's
assault,
that he was trespassing,
and
shitting
they're
on
going
my
to
lawn,
say
I
you
told
should
him
have
to
called
leave. He
us. They're
refused
going
to
to say
leave.
you should
That's
have
what he
called
said.
us, Grid. They're going to say you
No,
should
you know
have
what they're
called
going
us.
to say? They're going to
That's
say
how the law works, Grid.
They're going to tell the guy who shit on my lawn, sir, turn around. We're arresting you for trespassing. And
No, they're not.
Want to bet?
Yeah, I do.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Are
if-
you down
yeah,
here?
they
Are,
would-
Shit on my lawn.
Grid
Yeah,
One, are you
that's
down
right.
here in Texas with me, bro?
No, I'm in Tennessee. We can shoot
Oh,
people
yeah,
on our front
yeah.
lawn.
Okay, that's another one. Yeah.
So Tennessee and Texas have that law. I think Florida too, right? Or no?
Yeah, if somebody's trespassing on your land and you tell them to go,
Yeah,
they don't
but
go, you can shoot them
But
dead.
Grid, but the scenario I presented, Grid wouldn't be beating him up on his lawn. He would be going and finding him to beat him up because Grid
No, I
doesn't
would not.
actually
I
catch
didn't
him.
say that.
Yeah,
You
no.
didn't
I
say that.
said
either.
I
Now you're
presented.
moving
Wait, I
goalposts.
presented
Come on, if you
scenario.
want to have an argument, let's have a legitimate argument. Don't keep
Yeah,
moving
so I
goalposts.
presented the scenario. Right, the
Yeah, you
scenario was
presented
you were
the
seeing
scenario.
him
The guy
shitting on
comes
your
my
lawn
yard
every
day,
night while
and
you were
I catch
sleeping.
him and I beat his ass.
Okay, you're not listening. No, that's not what I said. So the scenario was that you're seeing who it is shitting on your lawn because
Sure.
it's on your like cameras watching your property, but
Sure.
you're not actually catching him in the act. That's what I said.
Yeah, he's right. But you can't go search for him.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
wouldn't go search for him. I would
yeah.
catch him on my property. And
But
I would
now what
beat his
about
ass.
Well,
what
what
about
if you couldn't
Every
catch him on
time
your
he's on
property?
my
You would just
property,
deal
I
with the
beat
shit.
his ass.
What if
Yeah,
you
but what
couldn't
about-
though? You would just deal with the shit.
No, I would catch him and beat his ass. What do you mean?
I'm
beat his
asking,
ass?
what if you couldn't, Grid?
No,
What are
he's
you
saying you
talking
can't
about? What
catch
if I
him.
couldn't?
No, he's
Yeah,
saying-
I don't know if you think you're
I
like the
was catching
Punisher
a
or
long time
Superman,
waiting
for
dude,
his
but like
ass to come up.
people
What are
can
you
do
talking
things
about?
without you. Like
I think
I
what
don't.
he's
What do you
saying is
mean?
like, what if
It's
you had to
very
leave your
easy.
property to go get him? You can't
Like,
catch him on
I don't know
your
why you
property.
can't
Yeah.
agree with this. Like,
If
I
this
mean,
is my property, I'm gonna
engage with
catch his
this, Grid.
ass. I promise you.
He's saying if you can't catch him
If
on
you
your
can't,
property,
can't you engage with the hypothetical? In
No,
my
I can't
hypothetical,
because-
okay, so you
Because
can't
I won't
engage
go
with
off of my
hypotheticals. That's good.
property after someone
Yeah,
easy.
you just get too
the
emotional with
cops
the
won't
argument,
either.
Grid. You just you
You're
want to
not- I
present
can't
arguments, but
engage
you
with
don't
a
want any
hypothetical that is
pushback.
So far out of
Every
bounds.
time you get pushback, this is what you do. You're dancing around the answer.
I'm not dancing. I'm telling you, I cannot engage with the hypothetical.
Yeah,
because it's
you're
so
yeah.
far
It's
out
bad
of
faith.
reality.
hey, Grid One,
Ask
Hold-
the guy
hold
in
on.
Texas who literally, as long as you're on my property, I'm going to deal with you. Once you leave my
Yeah,
property, the
look.
cops aren't even going to deal with you. The cops
Okay,
are not going to
cool.
go to some guy's house
All right,
and arrest him for shitting on my lawn. They just aren't.
all right.
hey, Grid
Well,
One,
you
can
can't
you
But you
answer-
thought they would arrest you after you beat him up. So they'll arrest you after you beat him up and tell him that he was
No.
shitting on your lawn, but they won't go get him if you have video evidence of him shitting on your lawn.
Yeah,
Are
because
you-
he's
this is-
laying there on my
come
lawn
on,
because-
his ass beat.
This is all
Because
just
in
bad
order
faith
for
at this
him,
point.
here's the reason they would arrest him, Speakeasy. Because in order for him to have gotten his ass beat, he would have to be on my lawn trespassing and admit to
Yep.
that, and
In
then I
my-
would admit to have.
So you guys
having
just don't.
beat
I
his
get it.
ass
You don't want to engage with
because
my
he did it.
hypothetical, so I'm
No,
done with the
the-
conversation.
Your
I'm just done.
hypothetical is irrelevant because
I have a
wouldn't
question
chase
for
somebody
Grid
Yeah,
One.
on
because
my
you
lawn.
don't like it, so it's irrelevant. I get it.
Hey, Grid One, can you answer my question real quick, buddy?
Yeah, man. What do you got?
Earlier you said you're not anarchist, and about 5 seconds ago you said you're not a libertarian. So
Nope.
how are you arguing keeping government out of your business and not being either one of those?
I'm a
I'm so
constitutional
confused.
conservative. I believe if it's not in the Constitution, it doesn't belong there. I
The
think that
Constitution that's
literally
enforced by the
all
government.
three-letter agencies need to go. The smaller the government, the better. We do need government, but the government as originally envisioned, which was simply to protect our borders and allow
That-
Americans to be Americans.
The phrase "the smaller the government, the better" is the definition of the libertarian
No, it's-
movement.
no,
so you are
libertarians-
libertarian
there's
whether or
more
not
to
you
it.
understand
Libertarians
the
don't
word.
want any government. What are you talking
There's
No,
a
that's
lot more
anarchist,
to it.
dude. This is why you're confusing
that's
people. You gotta
anarchist, not
know what
libertarian.
words mean.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, what about you said that in Tennessee and Texas you can
Very
shoot
little.
people in your yard if you tell them to leave and they don't, right? You can kill them. Now, how do you prevent somebody from luring somebody or inviting somebody over and then doing that to kill them? To say, look, I told him to leave, and
I'm
he
sure
wouldn't
it
leave.
happens. I can't. I don't know. I
No,
I
yeah,
don't know
that's
if
what I'm saying. Like,
speaking
how
from
do
that-
you prevent that? You know, because I believe, yeah, you should have the right to defend your property, but being able to shoot somebody, it's like I guess you'd have to show some type of probable cause or something.
So this
like
has
that.
come up in a couple of cases, and there was one specifically in Colorado, which has a stand my ground law, where a guy, and it was on the news, really famous. A guy's sitting there, and he's drunk. Guy gets drunk every night. He goes home, he gets drunk, he sits in his little fucking cabin off in the middle of fucking nowhere, and that's what he does. And he's sitting there with a pistol, and his friend tries to scare. The story is his friend tried to scare him, and he shot his friend and killed him. And then it comes out that maybe maybe they weren't actually friends, and there was some, there was a girl involved and some other stuff. The investigation was very long and very erratic with all of the different things that came out. But at the end of the day, it didn't change the fact that the guy kicked open the front door and dude shot him. Those two things happened, and that meets the self-defense requirement.
Yeah,
that's it. Guy kicked open the front door. It doesn't matter if the guy was joking. It doesn't matter if it was something they did every day, or did every so often. Was this guy would scare him?
The instance of him doing that force. Yeah. But Phi is a libertarian, right? I would ask him,
correct,
what would you say to convince me to become a libertarian?
If you feel like the government you're currently in is overbearing, swampish, deep state, not working in the best interest of your ideals, then you should vote for libertarians to reduce the nonsense.
Okay. Has there ever been a libertarian president in America?
No, there hasn't been a president. There was a candidate called Ron Paul who only got 2% of the vote because the deep state controls the uniparty voting system. It doesn't matter who you vote for. They've already picked the two left-wing candidates. You only get to vote left-wing, period.
Yeah.
So we're never going to get a libertarian candidate. The best thing you can hope for is that we implode like Argentina, and then we get a Javier Milei come and bail our ass out after the country is gone.
I do like Javier, though. I mean, that's pretty.
He's awesome. He's an ANCAP, by the way. Don't argue it.
I gotta laugh at that one. I do like that. But
anyways, Max, the serious answer is Ron Paul. You Americans had your chance. You blew it. You fucked up the whole country.
I remember Ron Paul. I remember. What do you mean, you Americans? You're not American?
I don't claim that title anymore. I don't identify anything as American anymore. What modern?
No, Canada don't want you either, bro. So go down to Mexico.
I don't want your socialist shithole. Keep your socialist shithole. Speak easy.
What do you identify as then?
I'm a conservatarian. I'm a conservative libertarian.
That's
wow.
That's a new one.
So like if you took like a Ron Paul and kind of combined them with like a Murray Rothbard, a Ludwig von Mises.
What we'll do is we'll mechanically install Ron Paul's head onto whose body did you who did you just say? We'll put him on that person's body.
Murray Rothbard and Ludwig von Mises and Thomas Sowell. If you take all those people and merge them into a human, I would vote for that person.
That's great.
Yeah, but do you?
In the meantime, we need an emperor to bail us out because no committee is going to fix the shit we're in. We're so far in debt, and the deep state controls everything. So there's no way, even if you voted a president, it's not going to make any difference.
Bro, you can't vote your way out of tyranny, man. It's just
exactly. That's what I was saying. So I'm not trying to say which candidate you should vote for because again, you're voting for Tweedledum or Tweedledummer, whichever the deep state wants you to vote for.
Yeah.
And so that vote doesn't matter. And Ron Paul proved that. Ron Paul proved there were way more Tea Party and, like libertarians during that time than 2% of the vote. So the deep state actually rigs the vote so that you're not allowed to vote for the people that will actually make change. So that's why I recommend people don't even waste your time voting or arguing with people about voting because it's a complete waste of your time.
Voting is a slave suggestion box.
Basically. True though. Jeremy points out something that's pretty true. You just said you're not an American and you need to be American to vote. So sorry, bud.
That's okay. I wouldn't vote even if I was.
I actually kind of like that.
That is true.
I mean,
you can vote for Tweedledum or Tweedledummer, and if that makes you feel better, helps you sleep at night. But by the way,
I'm not saying that the choices were, the greatest choices ever, but like out of the choices we had, we definitely picked the best one.
By the way, did you vote for Trudeau? Speak easy.
Fuck no. And I won't be fucking voting for him, and I'm gonna make sure that all my fucking family doesn't vote for him. Even the women that said the reason they voted for him before because he was cute. Fucking morons.
Does the deep state in Canada care which one
Did
you
they
vote for?
really?
Oh, you
Yeah,
you talking about
3
Canada.
different of my family members, 2 cousins and an aunt, said that they voted for Justin Trudeau simply because he was cute. I was
It's
like, yeah,
funny,
this is
really.
why not everybody should be allowed to vote.
Yeah.
That's the exact same reason that California
like that
women
Cuban
give for
guy.
voting for Newsom.
See?
Is
Yeah,
that they like his smile? They think he's hot.
Yep.
Doesn't
That is
Trudeau
so
look like
ridiculous.
Fidel Castro a little bit?
He does.
mean,
I've seen the photos where they say and like his mom did hang out with him when
Bro.
you
You
know.
know,
so-
I gotta say, and I'm not gonna say every single time I hear someone from California, because there's a few that actually present some thought to what they say, but almost every time I hear someone from California talking about why they want to vote for the person they want to vote for, I am so mortified by the fact that they have 54 electoral votes for the state.
But Newsom's dreamy. Why would you have a problem with him?
Shut the fuck up.
I used to live in California, by the way. It's overrated.
Man, it's really like, God, if you can handle the earthquakes, it does have beautiful beaches, it does have nice weather, but God, those earthquakes, man, when they do happen, it's horrible.
California has some great trees, some redwood forests and shit like that, but it's got too many evil retards, so it needs to
Yeah.
break off into the ocean and sink to the bottom, and then we can make Arizona new.
That's why they say
Right.
California is like a bowl of cereal, right? It's if it ain't fruits or nuts, it's flakes.
I mean,
I
it
like
a-
that one. That's good. That's good. I like it.
Is it a bowl of cereal that the dog took the dump in or something? Because that would be a better analogy for what California is.
I mean, the stuff I've seen, I've been there decades ago, but I could imagine what it turned into now. It's probably worse than New York City.
I used to live in a city that was controlled by one of the Mexican cartels. There wasn't even like an American government pretending to run the city. They were just letting the cartel run it. It's awesome.
I know that
Aggressive.
I know that this stupid little rumor meme mill thing that's been going around about that one little section of California is trying to secede from the rest of it or whatever.
yeah, state
or
of
they're
Jefferson
kinda-
or whatever it is.
Yeah, something like that. You know, I know that's just like a rumor, but I kind of really wish that would happen.
I've been wanting that to happen for like fucking ever, dude. Like
That would be
no,
awesome.
no lie. I have been wanting that to happen forever. And
And I mean, to be fair, I would even split Texas in half if they would split California in half like that. I would,
Okay.
because I know that Texas would still be all the same.
yeah. Yeah.
So, Speakeasy, do you want to challenge the conservatarian view or not? Because you've always been against it. I was wondering if you want to get into it now or not. Are you?
No, not right now. No, I'm gonna wrap this up because I've fucking
Go to bed, dude.
we're
You've
at
been up
almost
24 hours.
14 hours. I've been up 24 hours. Yeah, it's fucking. Yeah.
All right. Well, after you get some rest, I'll try to
Yeah,
jump
man.
on one of your panels and go at it. But
Yeah, I'm doing verbal combat this Friday, so it's gonna be the
I was
first
just
verbal
about to-
combat of 2025.
I was just about to talk to you about that, Speakeasy. I don't want to be that guy, but the quality of your panel.
You're always that guy. What are you talking about? You don't want to
Is
be
starting
that
to
guy.
go down quite a bit. I was gonna jump on like the past 2 or 3 weeks of verbal combat, and I was waiting for all the like retarded spurging to slow down, and it never slows down. It's just like constant noise. So
Well-
you might want to just kind of ring it in just a little bit so you can still have good conversations and stuff.
Coming from the guy who jumped on the panel and tried to change the whole conversation that we were having on the panel. You literally did. Yeah, it's you. It's
Yeah,
you.
coming from the guy
It's
who
you, bro. What are you talking
balding
about? You
standard.
literally came up here and tried to like fucking derail the whole conversation. And
Yeah,
talk
I
about
know, because
something
y'all
else.
were arguing about dictionary definitions, and I was trying to promote a point. But anyways, Like I said, I used to be a pretty big fan of it. Recently, it's kind of hard to jump in at any point because it's just such heavy.
Bro,
fucking
if you're scared, just say that, bro.
I'm not
instead of making
scared.
a whole
I have slightly better things to do than
Oh,
to wait
shit.
until
He
the
literally said, "If you're scared,
no,
it's cool."
no. I'm a reigning champion, by the way. I'm not scared of verbal combat. But anyways,
Aw.
speaking of which, where's my little icon in your Hall of Fame, Speakeasy?
Yeah,
I'm one of the greatest.
remember
He only does those
when
piggy
I
lines.
told? Well, he did win one a long time ago, and
Uh-huh.
I remember when I made the announcement telling people to send me their photos so that I can make them a character, and if they don't want a photo to be used, to let me know so I can just create a character for them.
Here, I got your photo for you. Hold on.
Oh no.
I'd like to know if Phil can still convince me to be a libertarian, because John Mosman had a good point. He said
There you
that
go.
there's
There's
no
your-
morality. You know?
There's your photo. Put that in your Hall of Fame.
Word.
What do you want me to do, Cleaner?
No, that wasn't me.
That was Max.
Oh,
I
Max.
was just
Sorry,
laughing.
Max.
Yeah, I was saying that
what-
because John Mosman had a good point. He goes, no libertarian
didn't.
can't be moral. And I'd like to know more about that. And then you're telling me that libertarian is, you know,
you can be moral, and yes, libertarians can enforce morality because we do have rule of law and we do support a small controllable government in
well, how
which
do
we
you
enforce our cultural
enforce
standards.
morality? It's like morality has to come from within. If a person,
No, it
uh,
doesn't. It can
it-
come from an objective standard. Even if you're in a nation that aren't purely Christians, they can still be tolerant of Christian morality. Like there's plenty of
yeah,
agnostics,
but that
and
doesn't make
atheists
them
that,
moral. It makes
that
them
love
tolerant.
living in Christian countries because they're so peaceful and safe and civilized. So they
Right.
don't care about arguing with Christians about eliminating all of our morality. They just don't want like Christians to take over the nation like a Christian state or something like that, which I'm also against, which is why I'm a libertarian, not a Christian authoritarian, which is the opposite.
So why are you against Christians taking over the state?
Because you should always separate church and state. If humans didn't learn anything else from the Dark Ages, then you should learn one lesson, that whenever you try to combine church and state, it will always fail. Even if it is, like a Christian group that's like forming this perfect government or whatever, it will always fail because, first of all, power corrupts absolutely, which again, Speakeasy doesn't believe in, but the rest of us
No,
do.
I don't believe in that either. I think power,
Yeah,
the corrupted are attracted to power. It doesn't just corrupt anybody, but
I
corrupt
think
people.
the reason I say that is because it's an absolute statement, and I think an absolute statement like that is actually stupid to make.
That
Because
is absolutely
if-
true.
if
That's
hypothetically,
absolutely stupid.
if hypothetically we had a man that would was able to act in a way similar or very close to Jesus, I think if that man was to be the enforcer of the rules, we would have a very moral society based off the rules that were enforced.
I love your hypothetical, Speakeasy,
But I do
in
get what
real
you're
life-
saying because people are fucked up. Right now we live in a
real life,
society
we
that
have
we
to-
think killing babies is okay.
Yeah,
So-
in real life, Speakeasy, the reason why we have laws is because there are so many evil retards. If the world was full of good and intelligent people, we wouldn't even need laws. There would be no need for government, and anarchists would actually sound smart when they argue. So the problem with their argument is the planet is full of evil retards, which is why we have government and why we have laws. And yes, we can still, keep that government to a small minimum. We don't have to have a $1 trillion government with alphabet gangs controlling your thoughts and everything like that. All you need is a government that protects its citizens and enforces the rule of law. That's all it needs to do. That doesn't need a budget. That doesn't need any voting or anything like that. All you need is just a bare minimum meritocracy of people who can, manage the economy or whatever. The government shouldn't even be involved in the economy in the first place, but that's a whole nother debate. But in the meantime, it is possible. It is theoretical. It is practical. The problem is, as soon as you give man power, he always wants more. The
Not all men.
American government started out as a very small conservative libertarian government. It eventually grew into this monster that we have now, which is our own fault because we got lazy, we got comfortable. We just said, oh, what's a little more government going to hurt, And now we need to start policing the world. So we need more government, more military, and so on and so forth.
Well, let me be cheesy for a second and give you the Avengers line. With great power comes great responsibility. And to be able to have responsibility, you also need some type of authority over said thing that you are responsible for.
Okay,
right?
Speakeasy, I will concede. I will concede the point that I'm basically an isolationist, but I would even openly debate you.
Sorry, my bad.
About
bro.
whether or not we should protect our
Spider-Man
allies
is an
and our trade routes. So that you got a point there. That's the end of it, though. We don't need to do regime changes. We don't need to police the world. We don't need to govern the world like we are. We keep
definitely don't
replacing
need to be the
people's
world
governments, and that's not our place. So I say we draw the line there.
Oh, you're talking about going out in the world. This comes to a whole different conversation. I'm talking in the country.
Oh yeah, well definitely in the country.
You're talking about like enforcing. Yeah, I'm with you, right? Like setting up camp in every single country. It does seem a little bit. It seems hectic, but there's also, I don't know. I think it gives an advantage in the case of bad shit happening, and we know that with history, bad shit like world wars happens, right? So being set up and being prepared for that in all over the place. I think this was just like a logical, assessment that like, okay, if we have camp in all these different places already, we're basically gonna know it's coming before it does,
Yeah, but then you also have to like police the world when you can't really like have your cake and eat it. So if you're gonna have camps everywhere, then you have to maintain camps everywhere and then just control all the governments because eventually someone's gonna cross you. Speaking of bad decisions, World War II is a good example. Can you imagine a timeline in which we picked the worst of two evils? Can you imagine what would have happened in our modern day world if that happened? So, for example, everyone thinks we picked the lesser of two evils by going against the Nazis, but we ended up funding and supporting the communists, which made the world 1,000 times worse. So there's a perfect example of how Americans fuck up everything they do internationally. So we should just get our shit straight first, and then we'll worry about other people's problems.
I mean, listen, like, so I've heard like a bunch of different stories about the stuff that happened when the military was pulled out and all the schools. Because like in these Muslim places, they basically don't even have school. Well, that's the thing. They're not like even like. Can you tell me? There's no like. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm super fucking tired. There's no like established government, right? So like there's places where chicks aren't allowed to go to school. So like when America was in these places, they had built like schools that the girls were allowed to go to. They were guarding them from Taliban attacks, shit like this.
I think you're talking about Sharia law in the Middle East.
Yeah, right. And like when we were over there, there was a bunch of like women that were allowed to go to school, right? Like kids. Yeah. I'm talking about kids, right? We're not as well. Like from as a kid up until teenage, and they definitely couldn't go to colleges or anything.
By the way, are you?
So we built schools there, and we were guarding them from the Taliban. Yeah. And as soon as we pulled out, everything just got invaded, took back over, and like all that shit got fucking pushed away. And we left them a bunch of fucking gear, which was kind of.
By
stupid.
The way, who funded them?
But my point is, I'm sure those kids that were able to go to schools and not be ran by people who just like make videos chopping other people's heads off for fucking You know, like I'm
Throwing
sure
people
those
off the
kids had a
roofs and
better
stoning
life.
them to
So
death.
I do get into this like sometimes I think, yeah, it does it does seem fucked up that we're going to other countries and invading like that. But some of these places are so fucking far gone that I'm like when I still don't understand how we can all know there's the cum warriors of the Papua New Guinea tribe, and we're just letting that go on. Like, no, I would be perfectly fine if America said, no, we're gonna go and stop all that shit right now. What the fuck is going on? And I wouldn't feel bad
Well,
about it. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't. They're
there is
making
the
boys
glass
suck
parking
adult
lot
men
argument, but
dicks. Like, this is weird, bro. This is
yeah.
weird. It's moral as fuck. It's
My
all
first question
weirdo
to anyone
behavior.
when they
Take it away.
My
Take
first
it
question
away.
to anyone who brings up the Middle East is, what business does a Christian nation have in a war between Muslims and Jews? Like, which side are we supposed to take? Let's start there.
Wait, what?
The Middle East. You brought up the Middle East. I don't know if you're aware, there are two, warring factions in the Middle East, and they are Jews and Muslims. And so, as a Christian nation, allegedly, what business does America have in a war between Jews and Muslims? Which side are we supposed to take?
I don't know what you mean by which side we're supposed to take.
Are you a Zionist
I don't
or
know
are
if
you
we're, I don't know if we should get too much into this one. here.
that exactly? The answer is
That's why I'm just thinking. I don't think this is a topic. And you know what? I was supposed to shut down. If I shut the fuck up, you keep talking.
Yeah,
and
go to
making-
sleep. You dumb bitch. And put me in your Hall of Fame, you retard.
You've entitled your stream "Go to Sleep." That's hilarious.
So get some sleep, and I might show up for a verbal combat if you can get the retards to stop spurging for about 10 minutes at a time. So we'll see. All right. Thanks for having me on, bro.
I really like verbal combat, man, but it just goes so late. I've got to get up.
Yeah,
in the
start a
morning.
little early too.
But I really like it. I really like to come on and hang out and
Start earlier, Speakeasy is what he's trying to tell you. Some of us old fogies don't stay up till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, I used to. My
Boomer.
wife.
Yeah. I was
dead.
20 years ago, but now that I'm old, I don't like to
Well,
stay up.
while I'm in America, and I'm gonna be leaving in about a week. And while I'm there, my streams will be an hour earlier on the Fridays. So
Yay. I'll take
Yeah.
what we can get. Anyways, I always enjoy getting into it with you. Speakeasy, get some sleep and let me know when you're ready to get serious with Fi, and then we'll have a throwdown.
all right,
All right,
Word.
later, bro.
Later, dog.
Yeah, I've actually got to start my stream up here in a few minutes. Speak so.
Okay,
I
word.
got an hour, I guess. I'm a little. I need to get some breakfast and shit like that, but I had to come out and edit some videos. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna get back on with Easy Man. He's still on."
Word. Yeah, I went. This is the funniest thing is this always happens every time I say, okay, this is just gonna be like a few hour stream this time, and it goes longer than normal streams. I'm like,
It's so crazy, man. I woke up and I'm like, he's still fucking going. He's still fucking going. Look at him. Look, man, I don't know. I don't know what the deal was last night. Dude, I got no animosity towards you. You seem like you had some towards me last night. Maybe you're just tired or something. It's all good. If you got an issue with me, man, DMs are open. We'll squash it right away. Always happy to come on though. And Cindy raids and things like that, man. I think you're a good guy overall. And I enjoy arguing. So don't and when I'm arguing, don't take anything personally, man. I'm not.
No,
I'm not
I'll definitely message you, and we'll talk more in depth about it there.
Yeah. But when I'm on here arguing, literally nothing personal, man. It's just part of the show, right?
Yeah, word.
Yeah. So
And
don't
you
give
know
that-
what? It's just not what a man does.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I had to reference that one,
Yeah.
I had to.
That's it.
Yeah, right. And but yeah, I always like coming on. Get some sleep, man. get some sleep.
Yeah,
Enjoy your.
I'm
enjoy
definitely
your-
gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
If you're on when I wake up, I'll come pop in.
It's just a daytime stream today, man. So
Oh,
it's 3 hours
okay.
now. So if you only sleep 3 hours, what's wrong with you, bro?
You know, it's horrible. That happens sometimes, but no, I am gonna try to sleep in.
Been there, man. I've been there. So, and Terry, good to see you, man. I thought you were taking time off, bro. I see you everywhere.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Everything going good in your life?
Yeah, like I said, I'm just chilling at the end of the rainbow, a pot of gold.
Pot of gold. I got an Irish sweater for Christmas from Ireland.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what makes it Irish?
It's made in Ireland.
Close, you know.
Well,
I
we're
mean,
making-
that's technically, if you're born in Ireland, you're Irish. So if you're created in Ireland, if a thing is created in Ireland, come
Irish
on,
sweater.
it's Irish.
Irish.
I think Terriac is tired. I think he needs to go back to bed.
Well, to be fair, it is getting late. You know what I'm saying? It gets dark. You know, kind of gets dark kind of early around here, around these times as well. You know.
I had a guy
Yeah.
call me from Germany this morning. That was pretty funny. So,
Shit.
Austria, not Germany, Austria.
Close enough.
Right.
It was. It's the same thing to me. I was like, I don't know what it is, man. They probably think the same thing about U.S. and Canada. It's the same. It's not.
Oh, 100%. You know, I've actually like listened and watched like even videos of like because you know, like we'll try to do the English accent, for example, and like, you know, and like some people we make fun of how it sounds, and like that I've seen English people making fun of how our accent sounds just to them, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like it's weird to think of it that way, where like ours is the one that sounds weird to them.
Yeah. And Cleaner 409. Honestly, I only ever see you here, so I haven't seen you in my chat or anything. So I hope you're having a good day, man.
No, I've stopped into your place a couple of times. I hang around. I kind of
Okay.
lurk more than anything.
Lurk?
And
Lurking
I lurk, and I try to push our algorithms on the
that's
Google
great, man.
searches.
Appreciate that.
I
Yeah,
I'm
something got
always
fucked up
trying
in
to
my
do that.
algorithm, man. I got it was like a nosedive from November through the end of December.
A lot of people did in November.
Yeah, it was. I had 100 subs unsubscribe in like a week period.
Well,
Shit.
so I watched the Google search.
I had something like this happen one time too, though.
Yeah,
It was like 100 and something subs, and it was in such a short period. I was like, "What the fuck is going on right now?"
right. Yeah, nobody was even cursing me or anything. Like I usually, I fully expect it if you're pissed off at me. But
Yeah.
but
I think it may have just been a busy month because it looked like that all over everywhere. Everything on YouTube and on Twitter was just dying down for a little while.
I know that YouTube has something in the way that when they like update their algorithms and stuff, it will bump your subs off. So I had people that were like, I'm not subbed anymore. What happened? And they thought I did it. I'm like, I can't unsub you. You got to do that yourself.
Yeah, I've had that happen too.
Yeah.
I actually have had that happen a lot. People telling me like, "What the hell? I never unsubbed. Why didn't I know you were live and I was unsubbed?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that there's something about the way when YouTube updates or resets their algorithm, it just and it's totally fucking random. It doesn't matter whether it's my channel or Terriac's channel or who the fuck, it doesn't matter. It's just totally fucking random.
Yeah, for sure.
It
All right,
doesn't,
guys.
doesn't seem to have any kind of correlation in any way.
No, it
but-
really doesn't, man. No, it really doesn't. It's just strange. But it was so weird.
Yeah.
Fredo, you were unsubbed? Odd.
I stopped getting I had Speakeasy on Notify so that anytime that the stream went live and the VK stream also, and it unsubbed me from the VK channel, and it actually unnotified me from Speakeasy's channel.
That's
even
been
though I
a
was still
thing for a
subbed.
while, apparently. Like that's why you'll see a lot of streamers even say, "Hey, if you go ahead and make sure you hit that notification bell, and if you've done it, just check it to make sure that it didn't undo it, because YouTube does this sometimes." Like yeah, like I've watched videos where they say that, and I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." So
Yeah.
that's why I've even told people to make sure you check your notifications, because that turns off.
So ZD Den was like, I didn't get any of your notifications, and I thought, well, I don't know what happened, and she looked into it. She said that she had to unsub and then resub to get the notifications to work again.
Yeah, because I had tried just re-hitting the notification bar, and it doesn't change it. It still won't tell me. So I actually had to do that myself.
Again, I think the way YouTube's so big, and I think they're constantly fucking with the algorithm, and so it's just I mean, at first I took it a little personally, to be honest. I was like, "Fuck, what did I do?" And I'm like going over trying to think if I said something extra heinous on any of my streams, or if I pissed off somebody that maybe worked for Google, because I know a couple of guys that work for Google, and I was like, "Man, I really haven't done anything to have this fucking happen." And then people start, I started kind of investigating and finding a lot of it's just the way YouTube works, and you just have to suck it up, just nobody did anything.
Yeah, you got to think there's like 2 billion people that are monthly actively on this shit all the time. So like that's a big number of traffic. Just fucking
yeah.
So,
It's really hard for them to take into account all the effects of a simple code change for the platform that they have,
and the more they
size.
put AI in, the worse it gets.
Oh yeah.
Now that it's really hard now to get human eyes on a complaint. It's almost all AI.
Yeah.
Like if somebody
it's been an issue,
yeah.
You have to push it past a single appeal now. It has to go and get hit a second time before you'll actually get real eyes on it, because
even sometimes with that it still doesn't, because unless it's like a really egregious thing, but like that, even if it's not something that's really risking their shit, they don't care, and their AIs are programmed to know that. So like it's this has actually been then they said that the reason they've had to move to that is because of like the overwhelming amount of complaints that come in every day. And I can imagine, again, there's 2 billion people using this shit every day. We got trolls that want to just do like massive shit. Like, so like I can just imagine, right, how overwhelming that must be.
Oh yeah.
So you may not realize it, but you as a creator, you have a personal account rep.
Yeah.
You never talk to that person ever.
Yeah, until you get a certain amount of revenue, actually, because I got a you'll see it probably too when you get it, because I got a notification that gave me my it gives me a link for me to apply for my manager and have a manager that I personally talk with for my channel. I don't want that, so because I want to do like a third party version of a manager.
Yeah.
I don't want them doing that shit for me.
I had to talk. So when I got that that PP slap for taking the firearms down from the ceiling, put him on the floor, I had to talk to my rep, and they were like, "We don't think you meant to do it. It looks pretty innocent to us. So we're just gonna we're not even gonna give you a warning. This is just go watch this video and you're done.
Yeah, the little training thing. Yeah,
the training thing, and it was just funny. But yeah, I didn't know that I had a personal rep, and but apparently you do. I
think they do that, like they assign it automatically to certain people, and then if your channel starts getting some traction, they know, okay, you got this person, so you deal with that.
Something like that, yeah. All right, well, guys, it's been fun. I'm going to go get ready for my stream. You guys have a great rest of your day. Easy.
Yes, sir, you as well.
figure out whatever's going on. And
yeah, definitely.
don't take
definitely.
anything I say when I come in here. If I come in hard, if I push back in arguments, don't take any of it personally, man. Even if I call you, 4 different kinds of motherfucker, promise you it's not personal. So
Got you.
all right, cool. Man.
Yeah.
All right.
See y'all later. Y'all have a good
He
night.
did what do you call it, Teriak?
The Irish goodbye, motherfucker.
Shit.
You guys take.
See them my move, man.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying,
Teriak, you
man?
want to show them what a Irish goodbye is?
Yeah, but like the thing is, it's all about the suspense.
Shit. Fucking fuckers. Shout out to all of y'all, okay? And all of y'all in the chat, okay? Thank you for coming and joining with this crazy marathon stream. 14-hour marathon stream that was supposed to be just a few hours. That's so wild. I don't know how it happens every time. I should just never say the words. This is just going to be a short stream, guys. I should never say that. All right? If I ever say that, make sure you remind me to take it back. Or else we're going to be here for 14 hours. Shit. Listen, you guys are amazing. Oh, wait, no. Before we go, sorry. Before we go, I have a bunch of these I have to get through. We'll do it quick, though. Okay. We'll do it quick. Where was the last one we read? We got Chase, member for 4 months. Happy New Year's to all the Bears and families. Stay blessed and stay safe. Bless you as well. Member for 4 months. Let's fucking go. We got John Bert with a $2 super chat. What are Carney's thoughts? Yeah, Carney likes to come and just, chill, take it in, add in every now and then, but Carney's cool shit. He's a chill dude. I like him. He's a cool guy. Jess with the $10 super chat. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, Jess. Thank you for your support. Member for 16 months, Frankie. I don't know if you're here right now because this was all the way back at 6 hours ago. Oh my gosh, this is how far back. I was dug right into these convos. Holy. I don't think I've ever gotten this far behind. But you are amazing, Frankie. Thank you so much. Cleaner. Gap now because we need to laugh to take it down a notch. That was the gap you were talking about earlier. And yes, gap now. Dollar. That's what's up. Shazzy with the £5 super chat. Thank you so much, Shazzy. You're amazing. Never trust your mind, boys. Wild. That's just wild. Thank you so much, Shazzy. John Barrett with another $10 super chat. Bear. Thank you so much. We got Wicked Wally. You guys don't get it. Anglo-Saxon, Saxon, saxophone, phone, phony. Yeah, this all sounds pretty fucking phony. Oh fuck, that's good. Oh, that's too funny. Ah, shit. That shit's fucking hilarious. That's great. Especially because he was talking about we were talking about how words have different meanings because it comes from. Ah, shit. Too funny. Hey, happy new year. Here's to a happy new year, everyone. Looking forward to another 16 months. Let's fucking go. Member for 16 months. OG over here. Okay. Let's fucking go. Thank you so much, Creative Witch. All right. For all the support and help you do over here. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And yes, here's to another 16 months. Shazzy with another £5 super chat. Whatever you all say, there's one God, so you're all talking gobbledygook. Gobbledygook. I don't even think I've heard that for a while. That's good. What is that from? Shit. I can't think of what that's from now. What's it from? Anyone know? Oh, it's gonna bug me. Here? Was it here? Wait. What? Who said it? Ah, fuck. Was it you? An old politician from the 40s? I don't think that's where I'm remembering it from. I don't know. I'm tired. My head. Can't think straight, I think. John Barrett with a gifted membership. Thank you so much. Absolutely amazing. We got Wrongful Rage with a $10 super chat. Rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Boom, boom rules. Be proven reasonable in an unreasonable world. Shit. Tell him again. Tell him again. Rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I want you to kick him more. With this $20 super chat. Wrongful Rage, thank you so much for the support. You guys are all absolutely amazing. Let me drop one of these.
You ripped it! You ripped the money! We rich. Look. We're not rich. We're rich. We're broke. We're rich. You gotta fake it to make it. We're broke. Oh my
god. You know what's the best about that? If you watch that video, the more I watch that video, it seems more and more like that wasn't even like a made up moment. It seems more and more like that's a real moment. Because when he rips the bill, the guy goes, ah! The kid gets like scared for a second, then he goes, like he looks at him like, what? Like when he's holding the bill, like you know, like what someone does when they're in like shock of like what's going on. They don't know what's going on. Like I don't know. He's either really good at acting that shit, or that shit's not made up. That whole situation happened just like that. Those two fucking dudes were dancing, throwing money. on video with music playing. Look, I'm gonna play it one more time. Pay attention to the kid that rips the Bills' reaction after the guy goes, "Hey!"
You ripped it! You ripped the money! We rich. Look. We're not rich. We're rich. We're broke. We're rich. You gotta fake it to make it. We're broke. Oh my god.
And you even and you even hear the kid at the end go, "Oh my god!" Like he's that's too good. Oh my god. Oh fuck. That's too funny. Hey, John Barrett coming in with another $2. Most of 4+ days up. Saving a dog. We won 25. Hey. That's what's up. I don't know exactly what's going on with the dog, but I'm glad that from what it sounds like, you were able to get it together. So I'm glad. I'm glad. Go to sleep and save a hangout for me. All right, I got you. I got you. We'll have a one-on-one. I-Fi's like, okay, he didn't lose in 2024, but I'm gonna make him lose in 2025. Listen, I love you guys. You guys have been absolutely amazing as always. Okay. Thank you again for coming and spending the first official day of New Year's with me, and the second official day, half of it already, almost. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the support you guys gave me. You guys are absolutely amazing. I'm going to be sending you guys over to the current Verbal Combat champion, and he's doing an open panel hangout over there. So if you guys want to hop up over there and continue some combos, he'll definitely be down for that. Let me copy, paste. There's the live just in case the redirect doesn't work for you. You can hit the link. But like I said, you guys, it has been real. You guys absolutely amazing. All right. It could be 30 in the chat. It could be 1,500 in the chat. Best chat on YouTube, hands fucking down. All right. Best mods on YouTube, hands fucking down. God bless. I love you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Not tonight, but tomorrow night for Verbal Combat Friday, the very first Verbal Combat of 2025. And I do got some interesting topics for you guys. Hopefully some bring some spice up on here. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Stay safe. Don't do nothing that I wouldn't do.